coming at him 100 miles an hour, and basically, okay, it does come off the arm. He can't get out of the way of it, Barry. So at the end of the day, he's a foot from the line. You make any contact to put it over, and he's getting punished for the officials not doing their job. It makes no sense to me.
There's
as a striker,
there's a lot of anger around here as well, Jet. Speaking to people that work for the club, it does feel, and I totally agree with them, like VAR by stealth. What's going on here? And West Brom feel that they've been sinned against more than most in the EFL. Whether that's right or wrong is open to debate, but they're certainly not happy with the way that they've been treated here.
Yeah, and I think they're right. Mad decisions there. Cheers, gents. Midday, if you prefer them to us. Over on TalkSport 2, West Brom versus Burnley. Where do you want to go next? Portman Road then, Ipswich 2, Sunderland 1. I'm sorry for your defeat, Barry.
It's all right.
It was a good game, though.
It was a good game, and I think Ipswich probably just about deserved to win, and Sunderland gifted them 2 very soft goals by... Well, Luca 9 gave the ball away for the first one, and then his replacement gave the ball away for the second one.
That's very casual in the last minute. That's such a dangerous pass. It's such a hard pass. Even if it's done well and the midfielder is in the right place and, it relies on the pass being perfect, his touch being perfect. I know that's how a lot of people build out from the back, but, yeah, avoidable.
Yeah, and Omar Alderete, I expect better from him. And Luca 9 as well. He interestingly was on Jake Humphrey's High Performance podcast during the summer.
Excellent.
So I thought a pep
probably
talk
tired because he got up at 5 a.m. then.
Yeah, and had an ice bath. But he was talking about the mindset of how if he makes a mistake, he doesn't dwell on it. He used to dwell on it, but now he's sort of trained himself to. Not dwell on it.
Good news for him.
yeah. But I did notice after his mistake yesterday, he made several more mistakes and then got substituted because he was on a yellow card and in grave danger of getting sent off.
It's possible that he'd forgotten about the previous one. I mean, we don't know. Now, I have at the end of Match of the Day, Mark Chapman finished with what's his name? Who's the Brazilian dude?
Emerson.
Emerson, yeah. Emerson, the first Brazilian to score for Ipswich since Allen. Now, I've made this joke about a week ago, and I wonder if I can claim IP on it, or do you think many others will have made it independently? It's a sort of, I can't be the only person to know.
Are you accusing Chappers of stealing your joke, or just having a similar sense of humour?
I imagine he's got writers.
Oh, you think? He's got a team.
I reckon he's got a team of writers. A bit like, Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
That's not the Match of the Day. The writer's room. So maybe it's the writers. So maybe inadvertently, I think he's a man of such honour that had he known I'd already done the joke, he would have said, I need a new line for the end of Match of the Day. It's a big moment, the first Match of the Day of the season.
Yeah.
And I don't want to...
And he can't really preface the big moment, the closing line of the first Match of the Day of the season by saying... This is from Max Rush.
Yeah.
Max Rush said
could.
this
I don't
on
mind.
the radio 2 weeks ago.
I'm really happy if that's what he wants to do. I think he could give us an advert. I think that would be fine. But anyway, but look, it could just be that we both thought of the same thing.
Yeah, I suspect that's probably the case.
The 2 most versatile, naturally talented broadcasters. Who else? I mean, and Ciso, he had a good game, didn't he? He
ran Sunderland ragged. He was brilliant. He may trouble the Brentford midfielder Sangara in the race for the
Ballon, of course, yeah.
But will Julian Cisse? I was going to say, can he do it on a wet Wednesday in Stoke? But he probably won't have to.
No, it's unlikely, isn't it?
Unless Ipswich get Stoke in the Carabao Cup. In which case he may well be rested.
He might be, yes. Kyle Sherpen, the Ipswich goalkeeper, is 6'9".
Yes.
Do you think there's a height where it becomes a hindrance? Like he can bounce around, he's fine. But like at what height would you not be able to be a keeper because you're just so tall?
It takes you so long
to get up or it takes you long to fall down like a tree.
Was it in this show or some other show the subject of goalkeepers who can't dive right came up?
That was... I don't know. We do so much work.
Some goalkeeper can't dive left.
It's Donnarumma can't dive right.
Right, okay.
Or he can't dive left. One of the two. So if you are,
is that because he's too tall, or
I don't know, but if you are a Bournemouth centre forward, you are Krupi's out, isn't he? But if you are Alex Scott and you're having a pop, shoot it to his right. He can't dive right, Donnarumma.
Right. Okay.
Which I think is because we were saying, is that his Achilles heel? That feels more than an Achilles heel for a goalkeeper, doesn't it?
Well, was it Zoolander where one of the models couldn't turn left on the runway? Yes, or have I just imagined that?
Sounds quite like Zoolander.
That also seems a problem.
Yeah. Matt says, I find it hard to believe people are stealing your jokes, Max. Thank you. This text says, I'm quite a literal man. Chris Owellamo said it was morning and afternoon, and that the ball hit for Hegebo was coming in at 100 miles an hour. So is it morning or afternoon? And balls come in at 100 miles an hour? Because I can be a bit more forgiving for terrible finishing at that speed. I think he had Chris creative license, Chris.
Said afternoon first, then realised it isn't yet noon. So he corrected himself.
He did correct himself, yeah. But if we were to deconstruct his one answer.
He did suggest that the cross was 100 miles an hour to Hegebo.
And it wasn't, was it?
No.
Always on hand with the insight and in-depth analysis you need. TalkSport 2 with official betting partner William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
It's a classic afternoon radio emission from the other side. Hawksby and Jacobs, deceased. After a joke about Chelsea went catastrophically wrong and died, Andy Jacobs was transported to a parallel lunchtime netherworld.
Only you can hear me, Paul. Only you.
Only me and 3 million listeners, Andy.
Banished to spend eternity wearing white suits, unearthing spectacularly big-named interviews, and bringing a new spectral dimension to radio entertainment.
And occasionally materialising in ladies' changing rooms.
That was a genuine mistake. I thought it was the kebab shop next door.
Investigate the annals of Hawksby and Jacobs, deceased. Weekday afternoons from 1.
I've gone, what does it matter?
On TalkSport.
Fight Night Extra on TalkSport 2. Tuesday evening from 5.
Get weighed in for a massive night of big boxing drama.
I'm just ready to go to war.
Explosive insight and heavyweight boxing banter.
I'm the generation fighter. I actually feel sorry for all these guys who's had to fight me.
Hard-hitting boxing discussion that jabs you between the ears.
Fantastic boxer. But this is a big step up in weight class. Really big step up.
Get in the ring and go the distance.
She's got movements that look like Mayweather at times.
Fight Night Extra, Tuesday evening from 5.
On TalkSport 2, the home of boxing.
Hard-hitting football coverage.
He hits it first time, what a volley, what a goal!
Pushing the apex of live football.
And it's in!
EFL Live on TalkSport 2.
Very good morning to you. West Bromwich Albion suffered via VAR by stealth in the week and find themselves deprived of their top striker as they look to build on their opening day win at Norwich. They face a Burnley side here at the Hawthorns who are without their leading scorer today too, though for rather different reasons. The visitors have 1 point on the road so far, but haven't won on the road since February. What happens here then as the Baggies face the Clarets? We'll stay on this frequency and you will find out on EFL Live here on TalkSport 2.
It's heartbreak for Burnley. Another season in the Premier League ends in relegation. I hate to say give up because I don't think any players just try and give up as such, but there was definitely a feeling of resignation.
XG from open play, 0. XG from set play, 0. XG overall, 0.
It has been a sorry night in a season with many of them.
They're not a Championship club, they're not a Premier League club, they're in this horrible Bermuda Triangle between the two. But West Brom are like that.
Upsticks Price, right-footed along the deck, he's gone all the way through! West Brom lead!
Come the last 2 or 3 games of the season, I'd be very surprised to see West Brom's name in that bottom 5, scrapping for survival.
Can it be clear? No, it can't. Driven in! Fleming scores and it's 2-2! It's an opening day comeback in the Championship for Burnley. They were 2 down, they were gone, and Nicky Hayen on that far side is in raptures.
The only thing what we can change is the future, and this is the mindset that we want to bring in the dressing room also.
It's tight, it's high stakes. This is just what you want from the Championship on TalkSport 2.
A
very good morning to you, wherever and however you're listening to TalkSport 2. Welcome to a sunny Hawthorns Stadium, right by the M5, M6 interchange. My name's Ian Dante, your match commentator on TalkSport 2. Chris Awelimo, former Burnley and Wolves striker, is my wingman today. How are you, Chris?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm all right. It's good to have you with me, mate. We are about 13 minutes away from kick-off here in the Championship. West Bromwich Albion against Burnley. Let's get straight to the team news that you will want to know. Well, West Brom fans will know that Orna Hegerberg is unavailable for selection for 2 games following his suspension by the FA in the week after the second goal at Norwich, which was deemed to be trying to overturn the thoughts of a match official. What's the right word I'm looking for? We're trying to con a match official, basically. That's been decided. It needed a 2-game ban. And so his place goes to Jason Malumbi in the Albion starting lineup. Malumbi came in at Norwich in midfield and played well. So it's a slight change of system for James Morrison, who we'll hear from in a moment. O'Leary is in goal. Galvez, Phillips, Campbell and Styles as a back 4. Whitwell, Diakite, Malumbi and Price now as the midfield 4, with Murder, who played in central midfield at Carrow Road, now just in behind Jimmy J. Morgan, who scored a great goal to seal the victory for West Brom last time out. On the bench for West Brom, Ingram, Mepham, Bielik, Stewart and Zingula, Townsend, Banney, Williams and Bostock. As for Burnley, they left it late but got that 2-2 draw against West Ham at Turf Moor a week ago. But the score of both those goals, Zion Fleming is unavailable for selection. A calf injury picked up in that game means he hasn't trained all week. He is the target of clubs elsewhere, but that's the reason for his absence today, an injury, not that he's necessarily going anywhere just yet. His place up front goes to Armando Broja, and Josh Laurent is also recalled by the manager Nicky Hayen, coming in for Hugo Raghuber in midfield. Max Weiss is the goalkeeper. Oliver Sonnet, Max Allain, Kyle Walker and Bashir Humphreys the back 4. Josh Laurent and Hannibal Mesbury holding in midfield, and Carlos Edwards, Aaron Ramsey and Jakob Brun-Larsen in behind Armando Broja in attack. Gregoire Couder, recently arrived, is the substitute goalkeeper, along with Worrell, Raghuber, Amdouni, Satpayev, Roberts, Ahmed Hodzic, another recent arrival, the former Sheffield United man, Pires and Trezor. So, Chris Awelimo, looking at those lineups, there were a number of options that James Morrison could have gone for. Could have picked Barney Stewart, the former Falkirk man, but he's decided to push Mura a little further forward. What do you think of that?
I think he's an intelligent player, Mura. You know, I think he has an understanding. He'll have a responsibility that he drops in and he helps that Diakite Malumbi when out of possession of the ball. But you know that Diakite Malumbi, he's here, there and everywhere. That has that energy. I think just with Mura, can he go and support Jimmy J. Morgan as well? There's good quality in the wide areas. I really like Price, Whitwell, up and down. It's all about end product for me, and that's something that they definitely bring. Diakite's going to be that man that probably sits more often than not. It allows the Malumbi to go and do what he does, and then, like you say, that back 4 stepping up. I think, you know what, you had that chat with James, someone I know very, very well. He's very, very happy with the squad that he's got. Everyone will get their opportunity. It's definitely a squad game now, and just a chance to see Mary a little bit forward. Can he influence the game in that attacking third?
Now, when the team sheet came out for Burnley and Zion Fleming's name wasn't on it, it all kicked off, didn't it? Oh, he's gone. Burnley fans on social media going, oh, right, see you then. But that's not the case necessarily, is it? So how does Nicky Hayen, I mean, he's brought in Armando Broja.
Yeah.
You've seen him in action for Burnley. You saw him last season. Does he offer? He obviously something a lot different to what Fleming does.
When he's at it, he offers a lot. Armando Broja, but you called it off air. It's 1 goal, isn't it? He's got that. He needs to produce.
Yeah,
that's what he's going to get judged upon. He's a physical presence. He's got the nice touch and all that. But when he's switched on and he's at it and he's aggressive and he's on the front foot, very, very good player. But I don't see it enough. I see it in little flashes. I thought he came off the bench against West Ham and really got on the ball, really started making things happen, allowing Burnley to go up the pitch and keep that pressure on that got them back into the game, albeit Zion Fleming getting the goals. That's something he's going to get judged upon, is putting the ball in the back of the net. But you look at that side, a lot of this team played in the Premier League last season. They were the better team against West Ham, definitely in the second half. Started the first 15-20 minutes, definitely the better team. The goal came against the run of play. What they showed was a character. They've only won since they haven't won since February. in a competitive 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That's scary. So straight away, Nicky Hayen has to instill a certain confidence into the team, but he'll be happy with what he's seen so far.
Sure.
That would have felt like a win, that 2-2 draw against West Ham. So can they progress? Can they take it one step further?
Certainly argue that Nicky Hayen needed that point on the board just to settle his way into life as a manager in the EFL. We'll get the odds from our friends at William Hill in just a minute. But what are the odds of getting VAR in the Championship, do you think, after all the nonsense we've heard over the last week?
There's no room for it. It's never going to come to the EFL. You know, I understand you want to get the right decision, but even the time, it doesn't even guarantee that in the Premier League. The decision that the FA's came to because of the Hegaboo thing, I think it's an absolute farce. You know, at the end of the day, he's a striker. The ball's been fired across. He's running at it as quick as he possibly can. The ball's coming at him. It couldn't come any quicker.
Yeah.
He's a foot, if that, from the line. It's basically just let it hit my body and let it go in. And that's the part of the body that hits. That's down to the referee, the linesman, to put the flag up and say they can't go back 4 days later and say, you know what?
Well, they did. Well, hallelujah for what you said just there, Chris. I don't want VAR anywhere near the champ. I don't want it anywhere near English football. But apparently Philippe Clement's got a list of 81 countries that love VAR. I'd love to read that list. Anyway, we are approaching kickoff. It is very much time that we got our latest odds ahead of kickoff here with our friends at William Hill.
In the Zone on TalkSport 2. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Dave Kellner, I do apologise. I've just got off my soapbox. Let's get back to the matter in hand. West Brom, Burnley. Where are the punters going with this?
West Brom fancied to win this game. They've made a blistering start to the campaign, West Brom, with those wins in the Cup against Rotherham and, of course, going to Norwich and beating them 2-1. West Brom, the most popular selection in the 90 minutes market without question. They're 29-20 to win this game. They're drawing the betting at 11-5 with Burnley in the market at 9-5. This is a Bet Builder winnings boost game online and on the app as well. 25% boost on your bet builders. I'm looking at West Brom to win the match with that start, and you mentioned Zion Fleming out. That's a big loss for Burnley. If you fancy West Brom to win and both teams to score, which has happened in both their games so far this season, and Jimmy J Morgan to get on the score sheet, that's available at 13-2. But if you toggle your Bet Builder winnings boost on, it's just over 8-1 on that happening. And Jimmy J Morgan to score anytime with Impact Sub-Active has been enhanced as well. A price boost, 15-8 out to 9-4. He's made a flying start to his West Brom career, scoring 3 goals in his first couple of appearances. I think he can test Burnley defensively. Loads of betting available online and on the app now with hundreds of match markets. And don't forget, later on in the Premier League, 3 live games, Bet Builder winnings boost, 25% boost on those 3 games. And we've got an epic boost on the City-Bournemouth clash. Erling Haaland to score anytime with Impact Sub applicable. That's been boosted from 4-9 out to even money. And Liverpool to score the first goal in the clash at St James's Park is 8-13 out to even money as well. So epic boosts available on the Premier League this afternoon. As far as this one is concerned, all the money behind West Brom, who are 29-20 to win the match.
Thank you, Dave. Dave Kellner there from William Hill, taking on the might of AC/DC Shoot to Thrill. Coming out of the PA speakers here at the Hawthorns, did spectacularly well. So that was an odds update brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. New season, new game, big jackpot. Get your round pick in for free by 12:30 next Saturday. See the lobby for further details. UK/IE online registered players. T&Cs apply. It's 18 plus. Visit gamcare.co.uk.
In the Zone on TalkSport 2. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Just ahead of the teams coming out. In fact, the referee just leading out the teams. Let's hear from the West Brom manager, James Morrison, who I spoke to about an hour ago ahead of kickoff. I asked James Morrison if it was a difficult job replacing the suspended Orne Hegebe.
Not really. I trust my squad and I trust the players who are going to be playing on the pitch today. It was frustration, but it's something we've had to deal with. We had situations last week where it rocked us a little bit, but we came through that, and it'll be the same again today.
Certainly Jason, when he came on last week, showed some great qualities which you'll be looking for today again.
Yeah, he was. He changed the game really last week, and he proved me wrong where he should have been playing, and that's what I want really. He's an experienced player. He knows the league, and he'd be a vital going forward.
Don't tell me, show me, right?
Yeah, show me. Yeah. We have a special bond really because we've worked together for a long time. So I like it when he's frustrated. I know how he works, and I'll keep pushing him.
And just finally for now, what specific threats are you looking for from Burnley this afternoon?
Yeah, they've got quality up the top end of the pitch. They've got experience in the team. Just come down from the Premier League, so the quality's there. Had a good second half performance against West Ham, so expecting a tough game, but I want us to impose our style and go on attack.
James Morrison speaking to me about an hour ago down in the tunnel area, the West Bromwich Albion manager, and a man that Chris Owellamo alongside me here for TalkSport 2 today knows extremely well. He's Scotland days.
He's a fantastic character. Yeah, he was my roomie on a couple of the Scotland camps. Great footballer, goes out and leads by example. Very kind of quiet in the way that he goes about business, but when he speaks, they take it on board. They're definitely bought into what he's all about as well.
Players are out. Beautiful sunshine here in the West Midlands. Both teams will be in their first choice colours. West Bromwich Albion in the navy blue and white stripes with the white shorts and the navy blue socks. Burnley in their claret shirts, claret and blue stockings and white shorts. Baggy Bird and Boiler Man are out there helping with the photographs before kick-off. That is one of the greatest mascots in history. Boiler Man.
He'll be warm today.
He won't need that flame inside him, will he? That's for sure. Let me remind you of the team news once again. West Brom, Max O'Leary in goal, Nolan Galvez, Nat Phillips, George Campbell, who's the new West Brom captain now, and Callum Stiles in a back four. Harry Whitwell, Usman Diakite, Jason Malumbi and Isaac Price in midfield. Felix Horn-Murder in behind Jimmy J. Morgan in attack. And for Burnley, Max Weiss, their goalkeeper. Oliver Sonner, Max Allain on loan from Manchester City. Kyle Walker, once of Manchester City, and Bashir Humphreys in their back four. Josh Laurent and Hannibal Medsbury holding in midfield. Then Carlos Edwards, Aaron Ramsey and Jakob Brund Larsen in behind Armando Broja in attack. West Brom will have the kick-off. Chris and I sat high up in the Halfords Lane West stand here. So the Brummie Road end to our left, packed full of West Brom fans, and a healthy travelling contingent of Burnley fans away to our right in the Smethwick end. That's the end that West Brom are attacking as we're underway here on TalkSport 2 for your first live football of the afternoon. Don't forget, over on TalkSport from 1:30, Sam Matterface and the team will take you around the grounds on the Sunday session. But it's all about the live football here in the EFL. A win for West Brom at Norwich, a draw for Burnley at home to West Ham. That's how they got their respective league seasons underway. Let's see what unfolds on Matchday 2 of the Championship, with teams like Millwall and Charlton showing the way to go at the top of the table so far. Brought down by Galvez, the right back for West Brom. Here is Campbell, the captain, who slips and allows Broja to take the ball off his toe. Tried to work it forward, but it ricocheted through to the goalkeeper. But an early sign that the watering that the pitch has been given made it a little slippy for the West Brom skipper there, Chris Owellamo.
Yeah, and he's fortunate as well, Broja. I think has to just find Edwards straight away, give it to his feet, allow him to run it rather than play it into his path. Just allowed Diakite to get back and make that challenge. But straight away, you look at the presence up top. West Brom went direct straight away. Max Allain goes and wins a header. So important Burnley pick up those second balls. At the minute, it's the likes of Malumbi, Meire as well that's going in there and picking up those balls at the minute.
Ball is with Max Allain on loan from Manchester City. Finds Bashir Humphreys, the left back for Burnley, who sees his attempted clearance downfield blocked out of play for a throw by young Harry Whitwell on the Albion midfield. Whitwell, just 20 years of age, an academy graduate here at West Brom, made his debut back in May against Luton, getting a bit more pitch time already this season.
Yeah, I like him a lot. It's what he does even there without the ball. He's got so much energy, that intensity, forcing the issue, forcing the error.
Campbell again, the captain, tucks it away to his right for his fellow centre-half, Nat Phillips. And then Malumbi was collided with by Hannibal. Instantly recognisable with those long dreadlocks flowing behind his head as he runs. Ball goes out of play. Burnley will have a throw on this left-hand side. We're high up in the Halfords Lane stand. Lovely bird's eye view over the pitch from the two managers, James Morrison and Nicky Hayen, directly underneath our commentary position. West Brom finished in 21st last season. They had that points deduction. They were 4 points clear of Oxford United in the end. It's going to be their 6th consecutive season at this level. Ball goes back to Max Weiss, the Burnley goalkeeper. Took an awkward touch, but kept it away from Jimmy J. Morgan. Goes long downfield, and Broja flicked the ball into the air, and Campbell headed it back to his keeper, 0-0.
There's been 3 balls got to Broja now. He's won every single one of them. Still, I don't see anything from Brun Larsen. I don't see anything from Ramsey or Edwards. Someone's got to gamble in behind. No one has. He can't chase his own ball.
Ball is with Nat Phillips in the middle of the West Brom half. Plays a square ball to Campbell, who can move up towards the halfway line. No pressure on the ball. As it goes to Callum Styles. Took his eye off the ball as he received it, and it just trickled over his boot and out of play for a Burnley throw. Won just 4 games last season and finishing 19th in the Premier League, Burnley. And as Chris Awilimo rightly said earlier, haven't won a competitive match since February. Trying to do something about that. They very nearly lost that opening game against West Ham. And our referee, Anthony Backhouse, gives a free kick to Burnley for a little nibble. To West Brom, I beg your pardon, for a little nibble from Josh Laurent on an Albion midfielder. So Jason Malumbi, wearing the number 8 for West Brom, takes the free kick short. Gets it back from Diakite. Now Campbell in the centre circle. Styles picks it up this time, but has to drift away from Hannibal going field. Price is stationed out on the far left-hand side and picks it up now. Can have a run down that left-hand side. Steps inside Edwards for West Bromwich Albion, Isaac Price. Now Malumbi, who really changed the game in West Brom's favour when he came on against Norwich City just over a week ago. Galvez has Whitwell in support, back level with the 18-yard line, as Albion are attacking the Smethwick end in this first time. Diakite now trying to get down the right wing and roll his defender. Can't find that space to roll, but he flicks it neatly in field to Malumbi. 35 yards from goal, across to Styles, just to the left of centre. Malumbi again looking for an option. Plays it backwards to square to Nat Phillips. Good football from West Bromwich Albion. Diakite plays it right to Whitwell. Early ball into the area and struck by Price, and it was held low down by Max Weiss. Lovely free-flowing football from West Bromwich Albion, but it does not bring the opener. 0-0.
Yeah, James Morrison's absolutely delighted, keeping the ball well, moving it with purpose as well, and then straight away that little catalyst. Can they go forward? 2, 3, 4 passes it's coming across, and I've got to say, with Price, with the quality that he has, he'll be disappointed that straight down the heart of Vice there. Can he find a corner? It's a great little ball across from Whitwell as well.
Lovely crossfield ball all the way across from Kyle Walker to find Jakob Brun Larsen on this near side, the Burnley left, as the Clarets come forward and have numbers in the West Brom half for the first time really in these opening 5.5 minutes. Held up by Edwards, and he'll tuck it out to the right hand side, where it's brought down by Sonnet. Now Hannibal plays the ball infield to Aaron Ramsey, trying to work the ball up to Broja. Gives it back to Aaron Ramsey. Space, right hand side of the area for a ball to be played to the far post, but it's way over the head of Jakob Brun Larsen. Overhit by Oliver Sonnet, and it'll be a throw to West Brom in their right back position. 0-0.
Yeah, nice play though. Look, Ramsey linking up with Broja, and just when you're looking at Oliver Sonnet there, he doesn't need to put so much on the cross. I have to say, Brun Larsen, I don't know why he's getting in there under it anyway. Stay back. So it allows it, gives you so much time and space to go and attack it. You can see everything in front of you as well there, but it was overhit the cross.
Oliver Sonnet, right back, he's back from a loan at Sparta Prague that he had last season, Peruvian. Throw to West Brom. We played 6.5 minutes on TalkSport 2. Galvez floats it down the right hand side. The new West Brom right back, after Darnell Furlong was one of a few Albion regulars to leave the club in the summer. Picked up by Max Hayen, across to Walker, who's playing at right-sided centre-half. It's not an unfamiliar role, but it's going to be more of a regular role for Kyle Walker. Now he's joined Burnley, rather than playing the right-back role that we're so used to seeing him at. Here he is again. finding Hannibal inside his own half. Hannibal hits it against Price, but Walker will calmly guide it back to his goalkeeper Max Weiss, and that's out to the left hand side, and Bashir Humphreys, and Whitwell again closes down the space and forces a throw down the Burnley left hand side. 0-0.
Yeah, but Humphreys has got to understand that he's going to be under that pressure. Can he find Ramsey a little bit earlier? He can go straight to him without allowing Whitwell to get across. That was a free kick there. Hannibal.
Well, it did look like a pull on the shoulder of Murder, but not given by the referee. And here come Burnley. Edwards, lovely ball out to the left hand side for Jakob Brun Larsen, down the left hand side of the area into the far post. It's turned into his own net by Callum Styles, and Burnley have the lead with their first meaningful attack. Lovely ball down the left hand side by Marcus Edwards to release Jakob Brun Larsen. Left footed ball in right in front of goal, and Callum Styles, in trying to get it clear, could only divert it past O'Leary and into his own net. And there's a few West Brom players surrounding the referee, thinking that attack should not have been allowed to take place. It has. Burnley have scored and they lead 1-0.
Well, it all comes from that little pull on Maura's shoulder, isn't it? The attack, fantastic little break. I've got to say, Brun Larsen, I thought it was the best that I've seen him play against West Ham last week. If he can continue that and bring something, he got himself into this left channel there. You know the ball's coming in product as well. Callum Styles defensively is in the right position, but he's in there, so he can't really affect it. He's got to get some sort of contact on the ball there. If he actually can work his feet a little bit quicker, stay in the ground, maybe he can get the right side to actually get it away there. Very, very unfortunate, because it's been all West Brom, but like you say, it just shows you the threat of this Burnley side when they get into that final third.
West Bromwich Albion 0, Burnley 1, and we've only played 8 minutes on TalkSport 2. And if West Brom fans thought they were being sawn off with the decision to suspend their leading scorer for a couple of games, that will just darken their mood still further with what they've seen there. But Burnley will be thrilled. Nicky Hayen at the edge of his technical area, looking for his first win as Clarets manager in the Championship, will be delighted that his team have got off to a leading start inside 10 minutes. They have a throw in their left back position. Thrown down for Breuer, who's holding on to it well, but it's taken off his toe by Galvez. Now Whitwell, good run down the West Brom right. He's got Murder pushing down the right hand side of the area, goes down again, yet again. No free kick, says the referee. Laurent was adjudged to have won the ball fairly. West Brom now trying to tidy up, and Malumbi, great tenacity to keep the ball in play on this near side and work it back to Campbell. On the halfway line for West Brom, Malumbi again. The Irish international looks up and plays a short ball forward to Diakite. And then Whitwell tries to turn away from Humphreys, loses out, but a toe poke from Aaron Ramsey goes straight back to Nat Phillips. 10 gone on TalkSport 2, 1-0 to Burnley.
Yeah, nothing really changes for West Brom. They're trying to keep the ball. What it's given Burnley is that little bit more intensity. They're trying to kind of force the error. To be fair, they should have that energy from the get-go anyway, but now they've got that lead, they've got a wee bit of wind in their sails. Look at the way that Brozier, Ramsey, trying to stay up top, trying to kind of put that pressure on, force West Brom a certain way, but with the ball they've used it well.
Malumbi again for West Brom, trying to find Galvez on the right hand side, intercepted by Brun Larsen, whose cross led to that early Burnley goal, but they make a bit of a hash of getting it forward, the Clarets, and out to play it goes for a throw to West Brom. Burnley went 16 unbeaten away in their run-in for the Championship promotion season in 24-25.
And he still got stick nearly every game. Scott Parker. Well, you can never make everyone happier.
There's only Leicester and Hull and Reading that have ever had longer runs like that in the Championship before.
Yeah.
And they're looking to match Reading's total if they can continue this today. Reading had 17 unbeaten away in a row, and they lead early on here at the Hawthorns in bright sunshine. West Brom attacking again. Price tucks it out to Styles, left hand side on the far side of the field from us. Now Jimmy J Morgan getting involved for the first time, but a pretty poor pass, trying to give it back to Isaac Price. He actually got deflected out of play for a throw, and the referee has told Isaac Price it's a Burnley throw, not yours.
They asked for it as soon as he passed it. He put that pressure on the referee and he buckled there, but I think it's funny how he's changed his mind there. The linesman must have seen that one.
West Brom 0, Burnley 1. Elaine clears from the edge of his own penalty area for the Clarets. Phillips steps in on halfway for West Brom, chested down by Campbell, and then Malumbi guides it back to Max O'Leary, West Brom keeper, now the number 1, former Bristol City man. 13 years he spent at Ashton Gate with nearly 200 appearances, made 7 saves against Norwich. He was a big part of the 3-point haul a week ago at Carrow Road.
Yeah, he's like you say, he's a leader, isn't he? Good hands as well. I think he's decent distribution with his feet as well, but he instills confidence into that defensive unit in front of him.
As it goes to Callum Stiles, wriggles away from a challenge on halfway and cuts in field, and he's taken down with a fairly agricultural challenge from Hannibal. Free kick, West Bromwich Albion. That's kind of what Hannibal's known for. Yeah,
he's all over the place, isn't he? I think he will put in those challenges. He has to be a little bit careful as well. It's been a couple now.
Here's Malumbi, just picks up the ball over the halfway line for West Brom, tucked back by Whitwell to Phillips on halfway. Campbell strides into the Burnley half, just to the left of centre. Price is stationed out on that far touchline, and the one remaining bit of shade on an otherwise fully sunlit playing surface. Just that east stand touchline is in shade. Here on the near touchline, the Halfords Lane side, Whitwell comes in field, but a poor touch from Diakite forces Galvez to have to go back to the halfway line to retrieve the ball for the hosts. Diakite again in the centre circle, back for Price, who's tucked in field for the moment for the hosts. Now it goes out from Murder to Whitwell. Humphreys closing down the space so that Whitwell can't just breeze his way down the outside for West Brom. So back it goes to the keeper O'Leary. Campbell picks it up from Max O'Leary, looks up and hits a long ball through the centre of the field. Whitwell nods it down. Murder straight onto it, 30 yards from goal, turns, trying to get himself facing goal, and his ball across for Stiles was intercepted by Edwards, and Marcus Edwards will clear downfield, but straight to George Campbell. They've won it back again, West Brom. Here's Stiles in field for Morgan. Morgan lays it off to Malumbi. Again, good football from West Bromwich Albion here. Galvez, right hand side, closest to us, comes in field with Larson watching his every move. Diakite rolls his foot on the ball. Burnley have got everybody back behind the ball now. As West Brom work it out to Price on the far left-hand side of the field. 1-0 to Burnley if you're just tuning in to EFL Live on TalkSport 2. Here is George Campbell, captain for West Bromwich Albion, giving that roll after Alex Mowat left the club a few days ago. Out it goes to Whitwell, who can't keep it under his spell at the right-hand corner of the box. And it ends up being a Burnley throw in the end. Burnley lead 1-0. Chris Llewellyn.
I've got to say, really impressed with West Brom, the way they're moving the ball. You can see the frustration in James Morrison as well, because it is about trying to kind of get that ball into the wide areas to create those little kind of overloads. At the minute, Whitwell, disappointing touch there, and you can see the frustration. And he's just got to be probably a little bit more expansive rather than be tucked in the way that he was.
West Brom have only won once in 14 league games against relegated sides from the Premier League since the start of the 24-25 season, but haven't lost in any of their last 6 against such teams, with 1 win and 5 draws. But they're losing here at the moment. We've played 15 minutes. Here's Whitwell again coming in field, finds Morgan. Morgan twists and turns at the edge of the area, and the offside flag has gone up against him as he retrieved the ball. He got taken out, but it wasn't going to be a free kick because the flag had already gone up against the former Chelsea man. 1-0 Burnley.
Yeah, it was a fantastic little turn from there as well, but then you're looking at Morgan, he is trying to kind of stay away, so he was in an offside position, didn't really want the ball, but like you say, as soon as it's past him, he comes alive, and that defensive unit just stepped up with him of Burnley, so he was offside there, but he's just got to be a little bit more switched on.
Scored 14 goals at Peterborough on loan last year, Jimmy J. Morgan. Well intercepted by Campbell, just beyond the halfway line, but the ball just skipped away from him, and it allowed Josh Laurent to get a toe in and win it back for Burnley.
Yeah, he's a fantastic young talent. You know, he's not short in confidence as well. You can see the way that he kind of holds himself and some of the goals that he scores as well. Fantastic.
Now Galvez, the right back for West Brom, does well to win the ball back from Larson. Whitwell works it in field to Morgan, centre of the Burnley half. Rides the challenge of Edwards. Feeds it left to Callum Stiles, who's motoring forward now in a bit of space. Cuts in field, finds Price. Price squares the ball across to Malumbi. Shaped to shoot just for a moment there, Jason Malumbi. But then he works it just to his left for Diakite. Back again for Jason Malumbi. Campbell takes over. Once again, Burnley have got everybody stationed back behind the ball.
But just took too long. As soon as it comes to Diakite, can he go wide? Can he play that forward pass rather than come back? Allow Burnley to get to that defensive position.
Styles twisting and turning, loses possession, but Price takes over. Cross with the outside of his right boot. Might drop here inside the area, and Whitwell equalises for West Brom. Didn't strike it cleanly, but it snuck into the far corner before Max Weiss could get there. And although it looked like the chance had gone when Burnley had everybody back behind the ball, Isaac Price with a ball into the box outside of his right boot. It dropped for Harry Whitwell, and his second senior goal comes at the Hawthorns to level it up at 1-1.
I think it's an excellent finish, just kept alive. Morgan gets that little touch, it just takes it away from the Burnley defender there, and Whitwell, right place, right time, anticipates it. You see, he never struck it well, but I think if he did strike it well, he's got more chance. Basically just placed it, didn't he, in that bottom right hand corner. It's a excellent finish. Like you say, fantastic cross in from Isaac Price outside the boot. Morgan does what he does, doesn't allow the pairing, that defensive pairing of Burnley to get the ball away. Whitwell comes onto it, takes it on the kind of half volley as well. I tell you what, it's an excellent little finish, by the way.
And I think Burnley were complaining about Jimmy J. Morgan with a raised boot to bring the ball down from that cross, as though it was dangerous play. But just as referee Backhouse waved away West Brom's protests for Burnley's opener, that protest has fallen on deaf ears from Burnley's players in his direction, and it's 1-1 on TalkSport 2 in the blink of an eye.
But it shows you great character from this West Brom side. Just carry on doing what they're doing, get on the ball, controlling the game with the ball, but like you say, they have to be more effective in those wide areas, and that's something that I think James Morrison is putting to his players straight away. He's having that little talk with Malumbi as well. Okay, we've scored the goal, we're back in the game, it's 1-1. You sit in a little bit deeper now and protect that defensive unit.
Whitwell trying to feed Morgan downfield with a straight ball through the middle, but it was dealt with well by Max Hayen, and Burnley will bring it forward. So one apiece on TalkSport 2. 19 minutes played at the Hawthorns. You're listening to EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with Sage, the official accounting software partner of the EFL. Ian Danter with you, and a former Burnley and Wolves striker, strictly neutral this afternoon, Chris Awelamo is alongside me for the day. Back it goes to Max Hayen. Now Walker, got a bit of green grass to run into here. Run being made through the middle by Broja, looks for him with a long ball. Broja brings it down superbly. O'Leary's out of his ground. Can Broja beat him? No, good save in the end, low down by O'Leary. Great skill to bring it out of the sky. O'Leary had come far too far out of his goal, but Broja couldn't get the shot away in time. Yeah,
everything about the move. The ball from Kyle Walker, Josh Loren as well, trying to kind of get in between the centre backs to drive forward. Broja timed his run perfectly. Fantastic first touch as well. I think he should release it to Josh Loren, but he did have that little trickery, little step over, trying to get Max O'Leary to kind of go the other way. And to be fair, O'Leary pulls off a great save from Broja.
But it's a throw to Burnley, 10 yards from the dead ball line. Right hand side, hurled in, long throw from Walker.
What's he doing?
It's a push by Diakite, but it's been given as a corner rather than a penalty. You heard what Chris thought about it, because it was a real strong challenge from Ousmane Diakite on Marcus Edwards.
There's just no reason for him to make the challenge, go and win the ball. I've got to say, Anthony Backhouse, the referee, he had a clear view of that as well. As soon as he puts two hands on the back of the player with the force that he does, if a penalty's given, you can't have too many arguments.
It was Bashir Humphreys, I beg your pardon, who was the player that Diakite barged into, but the referee's now blowing his whistle because he's just telling everybody, as Burnley prepare for this first corner of the game at the Bromley Road end, that he's got his eye on all the grappling that is meant to be being clamped down on by match officials this season. So it's going to be a corner from the right hand side for Burnley, a right-footed out swinger. In it comes from Brun Larsen, hits the first defender Isaac Price, comes out to the right hand side. It's still with Burnley. Edwards tries to swing the cross in. Again, Price gets a boot in, and it ricochets back towards halfway.
Like say, everyone knows the responsibilities. Price, Whitwell, everyone in the face, quick as they can.
It's a good game, this. 21 minutes gone. That's flown by. West Bromwich Albion 1, Burnley 1 on TalkSport 2. Hannibal, lovely ball in field to find Aaron Ramsey, but Ramsey's dispossessed. West Brom have it back. Diakite again, slowing the game down a little bit, Diakite, but he's kept possession.
Yeah, I understand that, and he got a little round of applause from his manager there as well. I just feel sometimes Can he take that touch forward? Can he open up? Can he receive the ball with the shoulders open, already knowing that touch is going forward? Because straight away, as soon as they take that extra pass, Burnley are switched on. They get themselves into that defensive position.
Good understanding from Galvez to drift in field as Burnley just clipped the ball over halfway, looking for Jakob Brun-Larsen to run onto. But Galvez got there first. Joined from Rodez in France last month. Nolan Galvez, 23 years of age. Offside flag goes up against Morgan for West Brom, so Burnley have a free kick just shy of the halfway line. We've reached the midway point of the first half of the Hawthorns here in bright sunshine this Sunday afternoon on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. And it is West Bromwich Albion 1, Burnley 1. Burnley took the lead through a Callum Starr's own goal, but Harry Whitwell equalises. Here is Edwards bursting forward for Burnley in the centre of the West Brom half. Tried to send it out to the right wing for Sonnet. Awkward clearance from West Brom. But then Whitwell will get there. It looked like he was caught there by Humphreys. Indeed he was. The referee allowed to play to go on for a couple of seconds just to see if West Brom had the advantage. They didn't, and West Brom get a free kick in their own half. 1-1.
Just that determination from Whitwell. He knows that he's going to take a sore one there. He just wants to get to the ball first, help it on, and then the challenge comes in from Humphreys.
So Nat Phillips takes the free kick short to Malumbi. Diakite guards it back to Nat Phillips. Don't forget, we've got more live football for you tomorrow from the Premier League for Monday night game night. Fulham against Chelsea, a West London derby at the Cottage. Our coverage starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening over on TalkSport, and then it's the Carabao Cup that takes centre stage. Tuesday night, Nottingham Forest against Leeds United on TalkSport 2. Wednesday night, Spurs against Charlton. Charlton joint top of the Championship and enjoying their football against Spurs, who had a wretched night last night at Brentford. And we've also got Newcastle United against West Brom on Wednesday as the Baggies will travel up to St James's Park. That's a TalkSport 2 kickoff. 1-1 here. We played 24 and a bit minutes on your home with the EFL. Campbell for West Brom. Out to the left-hand side for Morgan. Tucks it in field, gets it back from Callum Stiles. Stiles makes a run down the left-hand side of the area. Offside. I could see he was offside. The ball's been stuck away by Morgan, but the whistle's long since gone for the flag against the Hungarian, who just went a little too soon down the left-hand side of the area. 1-1.
Yeah, I think he can hold his run. You know, I think the ball can be played earlier. So when he knows, can he kind of run across that defensive line and then make that sudden movement forward when the pass is released. Like you say, it ended up in the back of the net, but I've seen a different Burnley as well. You know, I think Burnley got on the ball, getting those little passes in. They've not been allowed to do that. So they're very much trying to kind of pass forward, be a little bit more direct than they usually would, and that's shown I guess, that adaptability.
Round of applause for Kevin Castro, former Albion youngster who very sadly passed away in his mid-20s just recently. There's a big picture of him smiling and holding up a trophy on the Jumbotron screens around the Hawthorns, and he's being rightly remembered here by all those wearing the blue and white stripes. Play continues with Brun-Larsen again down the left hand side for Burnley, whipping in the cross, and it breaks at the far post for Edwards, who can't control it, and Bryce brings it away for West Brom. Getting up to the halfway line, was he pulled back there? He was, by Sonnet, and Sonnet is going to get a yellow card for his trouble, I think, for that challenge on Isaac Price. Indeed he is. It's 1-1 free kick to West Brom.
Well, I think it's a yellow card Son had to take there, but I'm looking at Edwards again. Poor control, doesn't react, doesn't chase back. Son's breaking his neck to try. Isaac Price, fantastic quality, driving forward. He glides with the ball as well. Little Son, that little kind of pull on the shoulder. And I've got to say, Anthony Backhouse up to speed. The referee there rightfully brings out the yellow card. But again, look at the cross coming in from Brun-Larsen. Again, excellent ball in. Every time he gets it, so straight away as a striker or the opposite wide man, you've got to be alive to that. You've got to get yourself in the box.
That's Chris Awellamo. You can hear alongside me Ian Danta here at the Hawthorns. 26.5 minutes gone. Anthony Backhouse had 27 matches as a referee last season, not one red card in that campaign. Plenty of yellows though. Back it goes to Max Weiss. the Burnley goalkeeper, who under pressure from Murder manages to guide the ball to Max Hayen, but there's a high press from West Brom here. Morgan forces Hayen to turn back to his goalkeeper once again. What have you spotted?
Yeah, but Max Hayen's right. He's driving forward. No one wants the ball. So straight away, this Burnley side can get the ball down and play. So straight away, you're wanting players to Ramsey to show. Brum Larson, he's expansive, always wanting the ball. But the likes of Josh Loren, the likes of Hannibal, you've got to make space so that Max Hayen has an out ball all the time. At the minute, he's getting pressured from 2-3 West Brom players. He's got his head up. There's no pass on. So either he goes long to Brozier or go back to Max Weiss and the Burnley goal.
Humphreys is just clipped by Whitwell as he stole the ball on halfway for Burnley. So the Clarets have a free kick just past the centre circle, inside the West Bromwich Albion half of the field. Plenty of football this afternoon in the Premier League. 2 games kicking off at 2 o'clock, Brighton Villa and Manchester City against Bournemouth, and then what will be a very emotional afternoon at St James's Park. Newcastle Liverpool is at 4:30. Goal updates on all those matches with Sam Matterface and the team over on Talk Sport on the Sunday session, and then Madge and Pards with the final word phone in from 6:30. And I hope Madge is alright. He'd have thought it was a new dawn for Spurs. And then along came Brentford. I'll be watching Brentford on Tuesday night as we go around the grounds in the Carabao Cup. Brentford head to Birmingham City on Tuesday night. Kyle Walker in possession for Burnley as a hush descends on the Hawthorns for a minute. Ball out to the right hand side for Marcus Edwards. Small, squat midfielder, wants a Sporting in Portugal, but his ball in field eludes Aaron Ramsey, and here come West Bromwich Albion trying to counter at one apiece. Whitwell just holds the ball up shy of the halfway line, doesn't have an option he can find in front of him, so he goes back to Phillips and then across to Campbell. 28 gone, 1-1.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of the ball there. Again, it's just about trying to get a little bit more of a foothold in the game. Burnley's kind of had their moment with the ball there. I think Whitwell, they're looking at Galvez breaking his neck to get round the outside of him there. Malumbi was always on in the centre as well, but it's just about keeping possession, giving it back to Matt Phillips or Campbell just to try and slow it down.
Malumbi again directing operations in the middle of the pitch.
I think he's excellent. I think if but he's a red card waiting to happen, isn't he? And that's just the thing. If you could get rid of that, but sometimes you need a bit of that. Because you'll be aggressive, you'll get that challenge in, and that could just be the catalyst. But at the minute, he's a very, very good technical player. Covers a lot of grass, has that pass on him as well.
Morgan giving chase downfield, so long ball's hit. Looking for him, and he almost.
It's a free kick.
Well, Sonner looks like he's holding him up. And the referee is not interested in giving a decision. Now he gives a decision of a West Brom throw, and they get on with it. The bag is his. Styles lays it back to Malumbi at the edge of the area. Diakite flicks it back out to the left-hand side, and Isaac Price tucks in field for Campbell. Yes, it looked like Oliver Sonner had hands all over Jimmy J. Morgan, but no decision was taken from the referee other than to allow play to continue. Price out to Morgan, hugging the left-hand touchline, with West Brom attacking the Smethwick end in this first half. George Campbell plays a square ball for Nat Phillips. Everything inside the Burnley half of the field at the moment. It's given away though, a bit lax from West Brom. And Broya trying to hold it up, he's caught. And that'll be a free kick given to Burnley inside their own half. Half an hour gone on Talk Sport 2. It's West Bromwich Albion 1, Burnley 1.
Yeah, you're just looking at the Mira as well there. Just needs to keep possession of the ball better. He's tried a little one touch set there, wasn't on. It was moving well as well. Whitwell was always kind of being expansive. His outlet for me, that's where you want the ball, because you've got Galvez breaking, trying to create that kind of 2v1 overload down that right hand side as well.
West Brom are at Newcastle in the week, and they've also, they might as well stay in the North East, because they're going to Middlesbrough next Saturday, are West Bromwich Albion, whilst Burnley have a trip up to Bradford in the EFL Cup on Wednesday before they then head down to Carrow Road in Norwich. They've won a corner here, Burnley, at the Brummie Road end, where it meets the East stand on the far side of the field for us. Marcus Edwards looks to be taking a left-footed in-swinger, but Jakob Larson's gone over there as well for a short corner option. 1-1 the score. It is a short corner to Larson. Edwards has run around him, gets to the right-hand corner of the area, clips in a left-footed ball, overhit, straight out of play without bouncing. Goal kick to West Bromwich Albion, 1-1.
I think it's just a waste. It's a waste of a corner. You know, straight away West Brom there without the ball. Fantastic. Get 2 out. So it's 1v1. Marcus does everything right. Takes it by his man, but the quality of the cross. But when you've got the attributes of the players here, just put the ball in the mix straight from the corner kick.
Whitwell nutmegs Bashir Humphreys, breaks on halfway for Galvez. Right back making a strong run, early ball into the edge of the area. Mura tries to play it across Morgan with his batting goal, lets it run, Price shot blocked. Brilliant defending, Kyle Walker comes out to Diakite for West Brom. Flicks it out looking for Galvez, right hand side, passes it straight out of play. Was it Josh Lauren got the force? There were 2 players in there.
Fantastic, wasn't it? It's a great ball across. Isaac Price is coming onto it, and it's Josh Lauren just sees the danger, throws himself in front, gets that block in. But it's excellent play from West Brom.
And now Broja is angry with the referee because he felt he was being held back trying to break clear on halfway. And the referee wants a word with the captain of West Brom, George Campbell. He's got himself a yellow card. As Broja was threatening to break clear.
But again, I think it's
right on halfway.
I think it's excellent from George Campbell. You know, he had to take the yellow for the team there, but Broja was away. Fantastic close control from the big man. Gets away, a little tic-tac through. And then George Campbell seen the danger, knew that he wasn't last man, has that speed of thought, had to take him down.
It was a good move from West Bromwich Albion before that. Good work from Galvez and also from Murder, but it just didn't break for Isaac Price. Good block from Burnley. Stays 1-1 on TalkSport 2.
If you look at Galvez, the ball played it between the last defender and goalkeeper. Murder, fantastic first touch, and then just a little reverse pass right across the penalty spot, and then had bodies in there as well. Morgan allows it just to go through him. And Price, but like you say, fantastic from Josh Lauren.
1-1. Here is Hannibal. Lovely turn, midway point of the Albion half, but a great sliding chance from Diakite. Won it back from Aaron Ramsey. Whitwell infield. He's got 3 players around him, but manages to steer it just to his left for Price, who's also infield. No. Early ball over the top for Murder. Can he get there? Vice will get there first. Right idea. Slightly overhit from Isaac Price, intended for Murder. And it stays 1-1.
Well, Mura, it's an excellent run. I've just thought the ball did hold up a little bit as well. Can Mura kind of throw himself at that? Probably kind of, because obviously Vice had come out. He'd already committed to it. Throw yourself at it. Just try and get something on target there.
Just over 10 minutes to half-time on TalkSport 2. 1-1 between West Bromwich Albion and Burnley. Own goal from Callum Stiles put Burnley ahead very early on, 8 minutes. But 10 minutes after that, Harry Whitwell finished off some neat football from West Bromwich Albion. Here's George Campbell on halfway. Galvez in plenty of space right hand side. Well, Lumby thought about sending it out there to him, but instead goes back left to Campbell, who go back to his goalkeeper.
So well worked, Ian. You know, this West Brom side, you look at Harry Whitwell, you look at Isaac Price, they come inside. So what does that do? It just creates that space for Callum Stiles on the left hand side to ball forward, and Nolan Galvez on the right hand side. But the first 15-20 minutes of the half, he wanted them expansive to get the attention of their opposition player. Now they're drifting inside just to create that space.
Well, Broja did so well for Burnley to wriggle away from 3 challenges and then tried to feed it right to Marcus Edwards, who was caught on his heels a little, and the ball just dribbled out of play into the advertising hoardings on the east stand side for a West Brom throw.
Happened too many times, isn't it? Broja's done well for me. He's held the ball up well, linked up well, brought players in. Marcus Edwards, he can't just come alive when he's going to get the ball. Can he go and influence the game with the quality that he's got? He's so, you know, he's electric, isn't he, when he gets going? He's unplayable when he's at it, but I just see it in flashes, Ian.
Well, only 1 goal in 27 appearances at Burnley for Armando Broja after joining from Chelsea. That was at Bournemouth last December. But he's looked a tricky customer so far, playing up front in the place of the injured Zion Fleming. Ball clipped in from the right by Galvez, but Morgan is offside. The assistant waited for him to bring the ball down on his chest and then raise the flag.
Well, he shouldn't be offside there. You know, it's a great little position between both centre-backs, Walker and Hayen, but he's looking right across the line. He knows where the ball's coming from, that kind of right-back kind of position. So straight away, just make sure you come in a couple of yards, just step in towards the ball.
Burnley in possession with Josh Lawrence. Once of Reading on the halfway line. Back it goes to Kyle Walker and across to Bashir Humphreys. Now into midfield, into the centre circle once again for Lauren, who spots the run of Sonner. Great run down the right-hand side of the area from the Peruvian. Brought it down out the sky really well as well, but that allowed Callum Stiles to get back goal side. So Hannibal picks it up now right-hand side, fires it into Edwards, but he couldn't control it. It was really fizzed at him, and now West Brom bring it away.
Look at his reaction though. I don't think it's a bad ball from Hannibal. He should control it anyway.
Away goes Whitwell, Albion's goal scorer, down the right-hand side. Faced up by Elaine. He's also got Brun Larson for company. So it goes back infield to Jason Malumbi. 1-1 the score on TalkSport 2. Good contest this, with 8 minutes to go plus added time to half-time. Usman Diakite for West Brom in central midfield. It's worked back to Nat Phillips in the centre circle. Malumbi just to his right. Whitwell receives it in space down this near side, the West Brom right, as they continue to attack this Smedic end in the first period. Just wriggles away from the challenge of Elaine. Gets applause for that, does Harry Whitwell for West Brom. Now the ball's gone out to the left-hand side for the hosts. Morgan lays it off to Price, who's trying to drive infield, but good defending from Sonnet to stick a foot in and win it back. Hannibal floats it out to the right-hand side, looking for the run of Edwards. Excuse me, but George Campbell calmly across to deal with the situation and guide it back to his keeper. 1-1.
Yeah, I thought Son done ever so well. Edwards just put a little bit of pressure on George Campbell there. Very impressed with Whitwell. Every time he gets the ball, very composed. He can receive it in all different areas as well. Even if he's been marshalled tightly, I think he has that composure and confidence on the ball.
Malumbi for West Brom at 1-1. Just in between the two centre-halves at the moment. And he'll play to the left of those two. Campbell up to halfway and Stiles. But he's faced up immediately by Sonner, pushing forward. Back it goes to Malumbi once again with his orange boots. Plays it just to his right for Phillips. Now Diakite in the centre circle. We've got Breuer for company. Galvez started to make a run down the right-hand side with, as Chris Awelemo's been saying, Whitwell pushing in field for the moment. It's gone out to Jimmy J. Morgan on the left-hand side for West Brom, but he has to go back to Campbell on halfway. Much more patient in this build-up from West Bromwich Albion. One apiece. Phillips plays it across to his captain Campbell once again. Breuer closing down the space. Out it goes once again to the left-hand side. Price trying to turn it around the corner for Morgan. Burnley one possession back, but then give it away almost as quickly. Diakite finds Price. Quick ball finds Whitwell just ahead of the centre circle. Looks to play in behind Brun Larson for the run of Galvez. Great defending though from Brun Larson, and Burnley's escape and bring it away clear down this left-hand side with Aaron Ramsey. Poor ball in field though, nowhere near the attempt. Trying to find Josh Laurent, and West Brom tidy up 1-1.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think it was real opportunity there. Burnley on the break. Ramsey, I think, just drive with it, just keep possession of the ball, get those little passes in. Fantastic from Brun Larson and Humphreys defensively. Great little reverse ball from Whitwell as well. Galvez trying to run in behind.
Now goes out to Galvez, right-hand side. Price has stayed down, having been caught, but he's just getting back to his feet. Down goes Diakite, and the pressure from Breuer. Got back to his feet, somehow kept possession of the football. How on earth has he kept possession of that when he had Breuer all over him, standing over him? Here's Isaac Price, just to the right of centre for the moment for West Brom. 5 minutes to half-time, 1-1. Diakite looks for Campbell, just over the halfway line, back for Nat Phillips. Again, Price is ready to receive in this slightly unusual position for the moment for him of inside right. Back it goes for Murder to Phillips. Campbell steers it out to Stiles on the far side of the field. Oh, he just stubbed his toe in the ground trying to find the pass for Morgan, and Burnley have it back. Hannibal gets his head up, but then runs into difficulty and goes down, and the referee waves play on, and Whitwell brings it forward. Chance to get it to the edge of the D, finds Price, but the drive is weak and comfortably saved by Weiss right in front. 1-1.
Well, I think Backhouse is spot on there. I didn't see a free kick there. Hannibal asking for it. I thought it was a real opportunity. Well, just get the shot away there. You're running in the, you know, you can see where the goal is. Use the player in front of you as a kind of cover, and just try and kind of blindside Max Weiss in the Burnley goal there.
There's Marcus Edwards, whose shorts look about 6 sizes too big for him. It's proper throwback, those shorts. That looks like Stanley Matthews in the 1950s. Marcus Edwards, he receives it again, level with the 18-yard line, just drops his shoulder. Left-footed ball, better ball to the far post. Larson hits the post with a right-footed effort, and West Brom bring it clear. fire downfield, trying to get Morgan away. He might get there first before Kyle Walker, but it's out of play for a throw. And Jakob Brun Larsen, who assisted for the own goal that put Burnley ahead, almost made it 2.
Should have made it 2. You know, it's an excellent ball from Marcus Edwards. Comes in onto that left-hand side. I've got to say the ball was right on the money. Brun Larsen, for me, I just think he has to just steer it. I think he swings at it to try and get a little bit of power, and just the connection isn't right. But you just got to open up the foot, the instep, and just steer it into that bottom right-hand corner, because Max O'Leary had came, sold himself, committed himself to the ball.
But it stays 1-1 on TalkSport 2. And here is Max O'Leary, able to pick up the loose ball. And we'll just bowl it out, will he? He'll just pass it to his right foot, Matt Phillips. Short pass into Malumbi, who's been closed down by Laurent. Has to fire it back quickly to his keeper. He got the shout of man on just in time there. And now the ball's downfield, and Jimmy J. Morgan's the latest West Bromwich Albion player to be caught offside.
Well, that's nonsense, because when the ball was kicked, he was on the halfway line, and Kyle Walker was behind him. So I don't understand why the flag just went up there. As soon as the ball, I'm looking at him, 100% onside. Kyle Walker was behind him. He was on the halfway line there, Jimmy J. Morgan.
Edwards, who put in that lovely ball just a moment ago, now drifts down the right-hand channel for Burnley, gets to the dead ball line. Another good ball with his right foot this time. Larsen brings it down, puts it over the head of Galvez, lays it back for the drive at the edge of the area from Ramsey, and it screws its way back into the 6-yard box, and O'Leary can claim it. And West Brom's goal is living a charmed life just at the moment, 1-1.
Well, it's excellent defending for the block, but fantastic quality from Brun Larsen. Little one over his head, creating that opportunity, and then Ramsey, I understand why he just goes power. West Brom just throwing bodies in front of it. I think it was Malumbi that got the block in there.
So it stays 1 apiece, but there's chances, and Burnley have just had 2 great ones, and the skill from Brun Larsen to hook the ball over the head of Galvez and run round him, that was a delight to watch. Now long ball downfield looking for murder for West Brom, but it's comfortably dealt with at the back for Burnley by Elaine. Now Kyle Walker gets his head up, elects to steer the ball out to Sonner on the right hand side. 1-1, 1 minute of normal time to go here at the Hawthorns on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. Max Elaine gets up to halfway, just knocks it back for Kyle Walker, who'll drive it right-footed out looking for Brun Larsen, but that's better defending that time from Galvez. Stays in play on this near side, kept in play by Humphreys for Burnley. Elaine finds Walker again in the centre circle, plays a straighter ball, too straight, too firm, right into the hands of the West Brom goalkeeper. 1-1.
I was just going to say, it was better from Burnley, getting those little passes in, Josh Laurent, getting those little touches. Marcus Edwards dropping into that, basically the 6th, the 8th position centrally. Aaron Ramsey dropping a little bit deeper as well. Keep possession of the ball, make West Brom have to work, because this is what they do. West Brom, as soon as they get possession of the ball, they slow it down. They're quite comfortable defensively. The defensive unit pass it between them, bouncing it into Diakite and Malumbi every opportunity. But then as soon as they go forward into those wide areas, then it's energy, intensity, driving forward with a purpose.
Just moving into 2 minutes of additional time at the end of this first half on TalkSport 2. West Bromwich Albion 1, Burnley 1 on this beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon at the Hawthorns. Marcus Edwards down to Burnley right. He's been getting better as the half has worn on as the former Sporting man. Now tucked in field by Sonner, and the referee got in the way of Bashir Humphreys. Good block, actually.
It was.
Ends up being an uncontested drop ball in Burnley's favour, and the referee's all apologies. Yeah, proper defenders blocked that. Should have blown the whistle for obstruction for himself. He's not going to go in the book though. There's a couple of players that have today.
You're spot on though, but Marcus Edwards just kind of grew into the game. And that'll be a concern for West Brom. You don't want that player kind of getting into the mood, just finding those little pockets now. I just still need that energy from him without the ball. Can he do his defensive duties for the team?
Callum Styles facing his own dead ball line, has to hook it out of play for a Burnley throw. This will get hurled into the box, I'm sure. No, it's been taken quickly by Edwards. Back to Hannibal, tucks it in field for Lawrence. Now Hannibal across to Max Elaine in the centre circle, who can bring it forward with a bit of purpose now for Burnley. Clips it out to Humphreys, the former Chelsea man, on the left hand side, gets level with the 18-yard line. thought about whipping across him with his left, but instead goes all the way back to Kyle Walker at the edge of the centre circle. Now it's gone from left to right. Edwards again for Burnley. Going to have a run at Isaac Price this time. Clips onto his left foot, another deep ball to the far post, looking for the same target of Jakob Brun Larsen, but this one went out of play on the full for a West Brom goal kick, 1-1.
Yeah, again, getting the ball, bringing it in. It's just a little bit too much height on that ball. Can he just beat the first man, but a little bit more whip, because you want Brun Larsen going and getting that connection.
Half-time whistle goes at the Hawthorns, and plenty of warm applause in the warm sunshine here in the West Midlands. It's been a good contest between these two. Burnley hit the front in the 8th minute when Jakob Brun Larsen was sent away down the left-hand side of the West Brom area. His cross caused panic at the back, and Callum Styles, trying to divert it away from goal, could only succeed in diverting it into his own net. But West Brom got themselves level 10 minutes later through Harry Whitwell. Clean finish from just inside the area after good build-up play from West Brom, although Burnley claimed that there'd been a high boot from Jimmy J. Morgan trying to set up that chance for Whitwell, which he took for his second senior goal. So even Steven at the break. Chris Owellamo, where's your money going as things stand?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm looking at. I think the second half will play out very much the same, albeit I think Burnley have kind of grown into that half, actually using the ball a little bit more. Very impressive what I see with West Brom. All comfortable, very much a possession game. You know exactly where they're trying to create the spaces, because you see James Morrison, he's out, he's basically pulling them around with his hand because he knows where he wants the ball to go. A lot of what's been done on the grass, so straight away it's trying to capitalise the wide areas. If you're looking at Whitwell, you're looking at Price, you're looking at Callum Styles as a 2, and then Galvez as well with Whitwell. All about end product going into the box, and to be fair, some of the quality that's been coming in has been outstanding. Some of the movement, the little interplays has been really good to watch. How many opportunities though have they created off the back of it? Okay, they've got a goal, they've had the ball in the back of the net that was offside. So Morgan, for me, just needs to be liven up a little bit. You know what I mean?
So what are you seeing? It's the first time I've had to look live at what Nicky Hayen's philosophy is for Burnley. What have you seen?
Well, this is what I'm surprised, because I covered for TalkSport Burnley West Ham. So you watched them in pre-season, very much a possession game as well. So as he came away, he looked at West Brom and thought, you know what, we're not gonna try and play with the ball. We're gonna try and be a little bit more direct. Brozier's up top. Maybe that's what's made him change his philosophy. For me, that's exciting for me. That's a manager not just sticking to his guns, saying, you know what, at West Brom, at the Hawthorns, they're going to probably have a majority of the ball, so what can we do to influence the game? You know, we have to earn the right to get the ball down and play, so yeah, go a little bit direct. You look at the physicality that Burnley have, and it's yeah, they got the goal, and then obviously West Brom have had more of the ball, but Burnley have grew into the game. They've had some really good opportunities as well, so I like what I see. I just need to see more of it. You know, I think there's times when Josh Loren can drive forward. There's times when Aaron Ramsey, when he gets into that whole Hannibal, even can drive forward into the space, but they actually just slow it down and play. But you would do that if you're not seeing a lot of the ball. You want to get those little touches in, and so I can understand why they do that. But sometimes when it's on to play, go play forward, go be aggressive, go play progressive football.
Chris Owellamo alongside me, Ian Danter. Thanks for the time being, Chris. We'll look back on some of the big stories from the EFL yesterday in just a moment. But the half-time score here is 1-1 between West Bromwich Albion and Burnley. You're listening to EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with Sage, the official accounting software partner of the EFL.
This is TalkSport 2.
When you go abroad, everyone knows the best way to make yourself understood is to just say everything in English but louder.
4 beers, please, garçon!
If only there was a way that could work with your advertising campaign. Well, there is, and you're listening to it. Because when you amplify your advertising with radio, 40 million listeners every week get the message. See radio differently at radiocentre.org.
EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with Sage, official accounting software partner of the EFL. Search sage.com and get started for free.
Switching to Vodafone full fibre broadband is now as easy as pie. Ooh, freshly baked. It's a walk in the park. Hello, little fella. It's like taking candy from a baby. Come on, as if I'd do that. With One Touch Switch, it's easy. We sort everything out for you. We even contact your current provider. Plus, we'll help towards leaving fees. Switch today to full fibre broadband with Vodafone.
Up to £200 credit to cover leaving fees. More information and terms at vodafone.co.uk/broadband.
Crocs clips just dropped in Happy Meal. Express yourself however you feel. Sports mode, stylish or superstar too. Whatever your vibe, we've got the mode for you. Some fun, some food, it's all inside this Happy Meal.
Until the 21st of September from 11 a.m. Includes one pre-selected book or two. Crocs range comprises toys only while stocks last. Fair ordering policy applies.
Here at the Money Supermarket Training Academy, we're training our recruits to save people money on their car insurance. But that's not all. Here comes one now. Let's put them to the test. What do we do for our customers on top of saving them money on their car insurance?
We give them a £15 reward.
And?
When they keep on switching with us, they get more and more rewards.
Very good. Scarily impressive.
Money Supermarket, where better off begins. Download the app today. Rewards include prepaid MasterCard, qualifying purchase with logged in account, 18 plus UK only. See site for T's and C's.
With the Suns holds from £9.50, it's your last chance this year to get...
Two-way beer, silver play.
And...
Large cone, please, mate.
And...
Woohoo!
Choose from over 200 plots across the UK and Europe. Start collecting your codes today in the Sun or join Sun Club to book. Price based on a minimum of 4 people sharing. T's and C's apply.
I'm Professor Noel Fitzpatrick, and as a vet, I know you want the best care for your animal companion. Pet insurance can help, but you need to choose wisely as not all policies are the same. Pet Plan aim to pay claims quickly and without a fuss, and that's one reason why so many vets work with them.
Get your pet the best veterinary care. Save 10% on new policies when you insure at petplan.co.uk. T's and C's apply. Fits all needer as an appointed representative of Pet Plan Limited.
EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with Sage, official accounting software partner of the EFL. Supporting the businesses behind the badge.
Hard-hitting football coverage. On DAB+, online, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker.
An absolutely magnificent effort!
EFL Live
on TalkSport 2.
Well, welcome back to the Hawthorns. Ian Danta here. Chris Wellamo is with me too, the former Burnley and Wolverhampton Wanderers striker. The half-time score here in the Championship of our commentary game is West Bromwich Albion 1, Burnley 1. An own goal from Callum Stiles early in the piece, putting Burnley ahead before Harry Whitwell scored the equaliser for West Bromwich Albion. You are listening to EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with Sage, the official accounting software partner of the EFL. So with it being half-time here at the Hawthorns, let's get a quick weather report for you on TalkSport 2. That's all thanks to QuickFit.
TalkSport 2 weather report
with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Here at the Hawthorns, it's beautiful sunshine, around about 21 degrees, although the way this stadium is, I can't see any blue sky above me because of the overhang of the main stand that we're in the Halfords Lane end. Following us this afternoon here on TalkSport 2, we switch from the round ball to the oval ball. Craig Murdoch and Paul Cook will bring you Super League commentary of Warrington Wolves against Huddersfield Giants, and we can expect the weather there up in Warrington to be about 19 degrees for that. Over on TalkSport from 1:30, it's Game Day Live with Sam Matterface and the team. They will bring you all the goals as they go in from across the Premier League and the EFL, including the 4:30 kick-off, Newcastle United against Liverpool, where it's set to be 18 degrees on Tyneside. That was today's weather report, brought to you by QuickFit, with over 600 centres across the UK, most of which are open 7 days a week. They're always there when you need them, and they helped me out last Saturday, I must tell you, before I headed all the way up to Middlesbrough. So I was grateful that QuickFit could help me out 7 days ago.
TalkSport 2 weather report
with QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Chris Wellamo's rejoined me here in our commentary position. Let's look back on some of the headline stories from the EFL yesterday. No doubt our TalkSport 2 commentary, where Charlton won by 2-1 at West Ham, that catches the eye most of all. Nathan Jones is always going to have his players up for the fight because he's a nuisance, I would imagine, on the touchline and in the dressing room. But for West Ham, I mean, what on earth? I mean, they threw away 3 points against Burnley last Sunday. Beaten at home, they had a penalty which they missed. for a chance for a point there. That's not a good start for Nuno, who didn't want to speak much afterwards.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think with the seasons that they've had, especially last season, it's important for West Ham to get that feel-good factor. The Stadium London as well. And I just feel that 11 minutes to go against Burnley at Tough Moor, game's out of sight, 2-0, see the game out, manage the game, and they're always going to throw everything at it. You've got to be able to withstand that, defend well, and that's something that's a little bit lacking. And I think you look at the squad, you look at the players, that they are a fantastic squad, and they're only going to get added to as well. But it's important that the fans are on board with it as well, and results like that yesterday, that just make that kind of a little bit more difficult.
And I can tell you, we will be with West Ham next Saturday at 3 p.m. for our TalkSport 2 exclusive Championship commentary. They're going to head to Watford, and Watford had a decent result yesterday in the Championship. The Hornets, under new management, got themselves a draw at Wrexham.
Yeah,
found themselves very much attuned at this level.
No, fantastic. It's a great opening game against Southampton. Get the result there. It's just a bit building, putting the points on the board. Away from home as well. I've got to say, away from home, they weren't great last season as well. So, like you say, Wrexham's no easy feat. You have to go there. You have to earn the right to go and play, and it's a fantastic point.
Millwall 3, Norwich 0 catches the eye. Remember the name, Tyreek Arconta. Got a couple of goals for the Lions yesterday. Alex Neil and Millwall, I've said it so many times, but I can't think of a better match of manager and club than Alex Neil and Millwall. And everyone thought, well, they had their brief spell finishing third last year, they can't possibly repeat it. I think they can.
No, I think they can. I think the manager, he is, you're spot on with what you say about them being a fantastic pairing. Just the way that he holds himself, I think he's a fantastic manager. Great man manager as well, knows the qualities, has a different, distinct style that he wants to play as well, has that aggression, so it's, like you say, a Conte. It's not a bad little start, is it?
And Wolves got a good result, obviously. Disappointment of the opening day with the draw that they could have been worse, but a good 3-1 win at Preston, and Fair Lopez looks like a player.
Very good. No, they've got quality, in depth. That result would have instilled a confidence, not something they did too many times last season, winning games. So it's important that they enjoy that moment, but it's all about small steps, progressing forward. But a fantastic win against a good side as well.
And I mentioned for Blackburn too, who beat Middlesbrough 2-1. Tony Mowbray, 4 points from 2 games, and Middlesbrough, the big spenders, over 40 million spent, and Blackburn put them in their place yesterday.
Well, it's down to Tony Mowbray again. I think he's been there, he's done it, he's made the movie in the sequel as well. I think he does everything right, plays a nice brand of football. He'll analyse his squad very, very early doors, knows exactly how he wants him to play, and the players have to take responsibility, and they're doing exactly that.
Bradford are 2 from 2 in League One, the only team with a 100% record after 2 games played. Just shows you how competitive that league is. But no doubt the standout result from yesterday in League One was Leicester losing at home to Burton Albion by 2 goals to 1, and Oliver Skipp getting his marching orders when they were 2-0 down. Yeah,
it's an absolute disgrace. It's one of them. It's difficult for Russell Martin. You're looking at these players think they're better than what they are. They think they want to play in different, but showcase it. Go out and say, you know what, I'm too good to be here, and this is the reason why, and get the ball down and play. He wants him to play a certain way. That wouldn't have been a happy hunting ground yesterday. Definitely
not at all. And the King Power would have been a bit eggy, I think.
Definitely,
it's fair to say. And in League 2 in the EFL, the only 100% records after 2 games belong to Barnet and Crewe. Barnet got a win 3-1 at Shrewsbury yesterday, and Crewe beat Northampton by a goal to 0 with one of the cheekiest goals you will ever see. I showed it to Chris earlier. Make sure if you have a chance to watch it, you can. It's a case of he's behind you. Northampton keeper has the ball in his hands. Josh March has run behind the goal when an attack's broken down, and he's almost hid behind the post, waiting for the goalkeeper to roll the ball out, and then he steals in and nicks it and scores.
Well, I think that it's they would have thought about this before the game. They would have seen how the keeper plays, what he does when he gets the ball, and like you say, it's just speed of thought, isn't it? Fantastic. It's a cheeky little goal, but it's a goal all the same.
I remember seeing, I think, did that happen? Dion Dublin did that at Coventry City. Old Dion. I'm sure he waited for a keeper to roll it out and then And Dion wasn't the quickest off the mark. Once he got going, he was quick. But he did the job there, did Dion. So yeah, a busy weekend in the EFL. And don't forget EFL All Access with Hugh Croft tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. on TalkSport 2. We'll recap all of the weekend stories, and I'm sure that they'll go in depth still further on those West Ham, Millwall and Leicester results that Chris Llewellyn and I have been talking about. Players heading back out here. Well, the West Brom players are already out ahead of the second half. Burnley players doing their little jogging exercises with Bibbs and Cones man just down beneath us. No changes, it would appear, for either manager at the change around. West Brom will be attacking their beloved Brummy Road away to our left in the second half as Chris and I sit high up in the Halfords Lane stand here at the Hawthorns. West Brom in their blue and white stripes have O'Leary in goal, Galvez, Phillips, Campbell and Styles in the back four, Whitwell, Diakite, Malumbi and Price in midfield, and Miller in just behind Morgan up top. There is a change for Burnley. Oliver Sonnet has gone off and Connor Roberts has come on to replace him, so that's a like-for-like switch for Burnley to bring on the former Swansea man. So Roberts at right back, Weiss is the goalkeeper, as well as Roberts in the back four, Elaine, Walker and Humphreys. Then Laurent and Hannibal in defensive midfield, Edwards, Ramsey and Brun Larsen behind Broja in attack. I wonder whether that's an injury or something tactical. Well, that sees Roberts on for Sonnet.
I think it's a sign of good management. All of a sudden's on a yellow card, isn't he? You've got Connor Roberts on the bench. Why wouldn't you make the change? I don't think the team's any weaker with Roberts coming in. You know what he brings.
Well, we're back underway on TalkSport 2. Burnley in their traditional claret shirts with the white shorts and the claret and blue socks. So Burnley will be attacking the end where their supporters are, the Smethwick end, away to our right hand side as we look on. West Brom bringing the ball forward early, good skill from Murder, finds Isaac Price cutting infield to the centre of the Burnley half, plays it to his immediate right for Harry Whitwell, who got West Brom level in the first half, lays it off to Galvez. Now Diakite steers it back out to the right wing. Whitwell might have room to cross here, steps away from Humphreys, clips the ball in left footed but straight onto the head of Connor Roberts, whose first task after coming on is to head the ball clear. Now Callum Styles coming forward up against Roberts. Down this left hand side for West Brom, whips the cross in. Morgan with his back to goal, heavy first touch, can't bring it down. Price goes for goal. Oh, that's magnificent. Isaac Price has just scored a beauty early in the second half to turn it around for West Bromwich Albion. Morgan had his back to goal as the ball was played into him. He couldn't control it. A broke for Isaac Price just inside the left hand corner of the area, and he caressed it right footed past Weiss and into the bottom corner. Both of the young talented wingers have scored for West Brom and they lead 2-1.
It's a wonderful goal, everything about it. Morgan does his little bit, just keeps the ball alive, but like you say, he knows where Isaac Price is. Before he receives the ball, before he takes his first touch, he knows what he wants to do. Just takes that touch and then just uses the players in front of him, just curls it round him. Max Weiss has no chance whatsoever. It's not right into the side netting, but it's struck well as well. Fantastic finish from Isaac Price.
Scored 9 goals last season, Isaac Price. He's off and running for this season with a beautifully controlled effort with the inside of his right foot. Weiss was flying to his left but could get nowhere near it. And now it's 2-1 West Bromwich Albion early in the second half here on TalkSport 2. And now it's Burnley's responsibility to try and respond, but it's been given away by Lauren, and Price is trying to burst through the middle here, but across comes Connor Roberts to help out Kyle Walker, who's not the slowest himself, to win possession back for Burnley. So could have calmed down a little bit here, the Clarets. They've gone behind early in the second half, and now Roberts gives the ball away to Whitwell this time, running through the centre, gets caught by Lauren, free kick to West Bromwich Albion. And Burnley have lost their heads at the start of this second half. 2-1 West Brom.
This is where the character's tested, just the quality under a little bit of pressure as well. Just 2 unforced errors. Poor passing, to be fair, passing into the central areas when you've got options in the wide and the flank in front of you as well. West Brom capitalising there, but well, just waiting for the challenge. Never really had another option. Went through the 2, knew the contact was coming. Fantastic play. Isaac Price just didn't have the legs to take it away from Kyle Walker or Max Hayen.
Price has very carefully placed the ball down 25 yards from goal, just to the right of centre. Callum Styles is there too. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-man Burnley wall just ahead of the penalty spot. Who's going to hit this? The Hungarian or the Northern Irishman?
It's an easy conversation to have. Did you see it? Did you see what I just done 3-4 minutes ago?
Yeah. Price is probably going to look at this ahead of Styles, but they're both standing over it. Weiss standing just to the right of his goal. Callum Styles, he will go left-footed, looking for the top corner, hits the wall and drifts over the crossbar for a West Brom corner at the Brummie Road end. So Styles did get the nod in the end over Price, who
he
just
must do it every day in training, that's the thing. So fantastic little free kick, well done its job there as well.
Well, Price now getting warmly applauded,
but this is important.
This atmosphere the crowd behind it. As Price spots the ball down where the Brummie Road meets the Halfords Lane stand that we are in. We look down to our left-hand side as Price raises both arms aloft, drives the corner in right-footed to the far post, headed out cleanly and strongly by Kyle Walker. Chance for Edwards to try and bring down the loose ball, but Galvez got a touch on it, but it's broken for Broja, who tucks it in field neatly to get away from Price, and then Diakite slides in ahead of Edwards. It's full-blooded out there.
Edwards didn't want any part of that, did he? That's where you come and get hold of the ball. If you're going to take a little hit there, you take a hit and get a free kick and you're up the pitch. Give your team a little bit of respite there. Pulled out of it. Didn't want any part of it.
Well, there's no doubt that when James Morrison came in last season as West Bromwich Albion's third manager of the campaign, things were pretty flat here, but the transformation and the atmosphere and the happiness around this stadium, very easy to spot. He was a legend as a player here at West Bromwich Albion, and he's not doing too bad so far in the hot seat. West Brom 2-1 up. Price, lovely cushioned layoff to Callum Styles. Morgan has stayed out on the left wing, now receives it from Price. Jinking his way into the area, Jimmy J. Morgan down the left-hand side, tries to whip the crossing, wins a corner, another corner for West Brom at the Brummie Road. 2-1 they lead.
Started well, on top, got their goal and just keeping that pressure on, winning every second ball, going forward, every opportunity. And like you say, this is what you want. They've got players that can drive with the ball, players that can affect the defensive unit in front of them, pulling players out of position. Exactly what you want.
So Isaac Price again spots the ball down where the Brummie Road reached the Halfords Lane end. And again, both arms go above his head. Lots of players deep at the far post for West Brom. It's gone deep. Campbell tries to go up with a header. It was Diakite that got the header down into the turf, but made the save easier there for Max Weiss. And it stays 2-1 to West Bromwich Albion with 6 minutes gone in the second half here on TalkSport 2.
Well, Hannibal's marking Diakite. I don't understand that match-up either. So again, can they try and capitalise on that, West Brom? And he done well. It was a bit of a melee. He just kind of steered the ball goalwards without any kind of power or accuracy. But to be fair, there was players in front of Max Weiss, dealt with it well.
Well, Burnley were behind 7 days ago at West Ham and got themselves a point. They're 2-1 down here, and there's plenty of time to go. We've only played 6 minutes since the restart. Foul by Kyle Walker on Jimmy J. Morgan, and the free kick's taken quickly by Callum Styles and wins a throw off the back of Connor Roberts. West Brom 2, Burnley 1. As Chris Willemo's drink clatters against the floor. I wonder what that was for me. I thought that was scaffolding coming down around me. Your drinks bottle. Diakite loses possession. Broja allowed the ball to trickle out of play. Connor Roberts will have the throw. Hurls it all the way back to Max Hayen on the halfway line. Square ball for Bashir Humphreys, being closed down by Whitwell, but the ball forward is intercepted by Galvez, and Galvez is fouled by Humphreys as he tried to sprint clear. Free kick to West Bromwich Albion. I don't think there's going to be any further punishment for Humphreys, but Galvez has stayed down. 2-1 West Brom.
Yeah, it's excellent play from Galvez, and Whitwell with a little flick into his path. Humphreys didn't know too much about it. I think it would be a bit harsh if a yellow card came out, but he's got to be switched on. You know, the ball into Broom Larson has to be fired into his feet. Galvez always on his front foot there.
He anticipated it better than Broom Larson, didn't he?
But to be fair, the pass, you know, he's a good player. Fire it in. There's not enough pace in the ball.
Right. Well, Galvez doesn't need any treatment. He's back on his feet. And it will be Malumbi to take this free kick for West Brom. Not quite at the midway point of the half, out on the right-hand side. Burnley defending a good 25 yards from goal. Morgan almost deliberately standing in an offside position inside the D. As Malumbi stands over the ball. Raises his left arm, brings it back down, clips it in as he plays it right-footed down the right-hand side for Galvez. Whips in the cross, drops for Campbell, couldn't quite volley it or steer it towards goal. Burnley get it clear. Retrieved by Isaac Price. Almost lost his footing, but still had the presence of mind to turn it back to Callum Styles inside his own half. West Bromwich Albion 2, Burnley 1 on TalkSport 2 this Sunday lunchtime. 9 minutes gone in the second half, and West Brom are dominating matters. They've got themselves in front, and Burnley look a little bit at 6s and 7s at times. Chris Wellerman.
No, definitely. I think West Brom just completely out of control, just wants it more, keeping the ball when they have to, showing that quality that they've always got an outlet, and if not, they just recycle it, go back again, just keep possession of the ball. This West Brom Burnley side, and that transition just haven't been good enough. You want to get those 4, 5, 6 passes in, try and get some sort of foothold in the game, but the pressure, the way that this West Brom side press without the ball has been outstanding.
Morgan guides it down to Galvez, right hand side, just flicks it down that right hand side for Whitwell, who just guided it through to Morgan, who was offside. I could see that we were pretty much in line with that. Free kick to Burnley. West Brom haven't beaten Burnley in their last 4 meetings here. The last win that West Brom got over the Clarets was nearly a decade ago, and funnily enough, one of the goal scorers that day for West Brom was the manager James Morrison in a 4-0 win. But Burnley have drawn 3 and won 1 since then. Ashley Barnes scored in the win in the Premier League visit they got back in March 2018. Still part of the Burnley squad, although he's not on the bench today, Ashley Barnes. Nor is Jon Fleming, who picked up a calf injury and is not featuring today. Hegebert has been used suspended for 2 games for West Brom after the events of last weekend. Norwich, Burnley in possession. Kyle Walker just over the halfway line, hits a diagonal ball, lovely ball to find Larson, brings it down on his instep, approaching the left hand corner of the penalty area. Good foot in from Galvez though, and Malumbi just clears it downfield so that West Brom can reset. 2-1 West Brom.
Again, he has an understanding, Malumbi, when it's on to play, he'll play, but why would you take the risk? That straight away, puts his foot through it, turns the Burnley defence, and everyone steps up together and they'll go again. And there you go.
And a poor ball out of play. Connor Roberts couldn't control it, and it's a West Brom throw, and a triple change is being readied by Nicky Hayen down there. Remember, he already made 1 change at half time, bringing on Connor Roberts for Oliver Sonnet. And players coming off, Josh Lawrence and Hannibal are both coming off. Zeki Amdouni is coming on. So too is Hugo Raghuber, who started the game against Norwich, and Dastan Satpayev also coming on. And the other player coming off is, well, I saw Josh Laurent go off, and I saw Hannibal go off. Couldn't see who else has made way. But anyway, Walker being pressurised.
Broja.
Broja's gone off, okay. So playing through the middle now is Dastan Satpayev for Burnley. He's got Edwards one side and Larson the other. Different looking striker, Satpayev, much shorter man than Broja. Here's Brun Larson looking to find him maybe inside the area as Burnley come forward. It's guided back to the edge of the area. Little touch as Raghuber, fresh onto the field, dallied a little bit, and West Brom steal it off him.
Yeah, it was an opportunity. They could just get the shot away or move it on quickly,
but he couldn't do so, and instead it's brought away by West Bromwich Albion. Jason Malumbi standing with his foot on the ball in the midway point of his own half. No pressure from the Burnley back line, or the front line should I say. West Brom 2, Burnley 1.
Went to a 4-4-2 as well.
Looks to have.
Yeah, Abduni and
looks to have done that, yeah. That's what got them the point in the end. Satpayev, who's on loan from Chelsea, He only joined Chelsea in the summer from Kaida Almaty, who've had some good European form. He scored 26 goals last season for them. Here's Callum Styles coming forward for West Brom. Gets it back left-hand side of the area, tried to hit it with the outside of his left boot. But it was a weak shot, come to be held by Vice. 2-1 West Brom.
I think he's been excellent. Okay, he scored an own goal, but he's reacted in the right way, influenced this game. Great quality down this left-hand side, and its end product coming into the box as well. He understood there that the ball was going to get dealt with. What does he do? On the front foot, wins that second ball, and then has the quality to try and test Max Vice from an angle as well.
Walker for Burnley looks for Aaron Ramsey. Up to Satpayev on halfway, just 18 years of age, this young Kazakh player. Finds Marcus Edwards, who tries to play the ball with the outside of his boot, looking for the run down the left-hand side of Amdouni, but that just bounces through to Max O'Leary. So Nicky Hayen, he's gone with the attacking substitutions here. He's bringing a lot of talent on there to try and change the situation. It's his first season in English management, let's not forget Nicky Hayen. He was brought in the summer. He left.
Sorry,
I was going to say he left Genk in the summer, and he won the league at Brugge the year before, having only come in March of that year and guided Brugge to the title. Little back heel from Murder for West Brom brings Morgan into the game. Now Malumbi steers it out to the West Brom right wing. Galvez the right back, faced up by Brun Larsen. Lovely ball into the area for Mura, who stayed onside. Gives it back to the right-hand side, and Whitwell, who's up against Raghuber, gets the ball in, but it's too deep for anybody in a blue and white shirt, and Conor Roberts has time to bring the ball down on his chest and fire it downfield. 2-1 to West Bromwich Albion with an hour played on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, you're looking at this, just they're completely in control here at the minute. Conor Roberts, with the quality he's got as well, he's just launched it there. I think this is where Burnley have to be a little bit brave on the ball, get those little passes in.
That's the voice of Chris Iwelumo you can hear alongside me, Ian Danta here at the Hawthorns. With an hour gone, West Bromwich Albion 2, Burnley 1 in the Championship. Don't forget, we're going to be off for a bit of Super League a little later. We'll be bringing you Warrington Wolves against Huddersfield Giants straight after this commentary. We'll be hooking up with Craig Murdoch and the former Super League Man of Steel, Paul Cook, for that commentary, while Sam Matterface and the team will take you around the grounds on Talk Sport with the Sunday session. Free kick to West Bromwich Albion, work back into their own half, and Campbell, the captain, hands the ball back to his goalkeeper, Max O'Leary. Short pass for Nat Phillips just to his right. Back for O'Leary once again, bedecked all in fluorescent lime green. It's a far too firm pass downfield, and Roberts has plenty of time to go and collect that for Burnley, and the Clarets have it back. Back it goes to Max Vice, another recent capture from those players out there on the field. Played 9 minutes in total before he's 25. Well, he moved from Karlsruhe in 2025, but he's now the number one here without question at Burnley. He looks on as the ball is down the other end of the field with Conor Roberts for Burnley, down by the corner flag at the Smethwick end, trying to give those Burnley fans at that end of the ground something to cheer about in this second half. 62 gone, 2-1 West Brom. Edwards drifts infield from this near touchline, plays the ball infield to Amdouni, gets the shot away, but it's straight at O'Leary. Hits it with some venom there, Zeki Amdouni, but straight at Max O'Leary. 2-1 West Brom.
Don't mind it at all, fantastic from like I said, Edwards there, just fires it in. I'm doing a great first touch as well. Knew exactly where he was, just straight down the throat of Max O'Leary, wasn't it? You know what, he try and pick one of the sides there.
Burnley won it back. Raghuber, thought he was trying to play a 1-2 there with Amdouni, but the ball back from Amdouni didn't find its target, and now West Brom will try and counter. Bringing it forward, Malumbi. Good strides from the Irishman getting downfield. Morgan's calling for it inside left channel, but Malumbi's held up for a moment by Humphreys and has to go back into his own half, and the move loses its impetus.
Yeah, I think Burnley are taking necessary risks now, leaving a few holes in behind, and this is what West Brom have to do. Now have players that can drive. He's got a fantastic engine on him, Malumbi.
Diakite Wins the ball for West Brom just over the halfway line. Usman Diakite showing strength. Whitwell to his right, tries to slide him in. Whitwell takes it into the area, goes down under pressure from Humphreys. Penalty given. Whitwell was pulled back by Bashir Humphreys inside the area, went to ground. Referee Anthony Backhouse had a think and pointed to the spot. West Brom have a chance to make it 3-1 here.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant. Diakite done everything right there, driving forward. The way to pass to Whitwell just gave Bashir Humphreys that little bit of hope. Can he get it? Whitwell just showed that experience, just waited, took the touch. Bashir Humphreys, a little bit of contact. Penalty kick.
Well, there's a bit of a debate about who's taking it, whether it's Jimmy J. Morgan or whether it's Isaac Price. Morgan seems to think it's his penalty, but he's been overruled. Not sure whether there's a designated penalty taker. Maybe it's Hegerberg, and of course he's not out there. So Price gets the nod, having put West Brom in front early in this second half. He can now extend the advantage from 12 yards at the Brummie Road end. Isaac Price against Max Weiss. 3 or 4 pace run-up, right-footed, finds the bottom corner. It is 3-1, and West Bromwich Albion's season is off to a maximum start, it seems. Winning at Norwich, and they're winning handsomely here too against relegated Burnley. Price with his second, West Brom's third. It's West Brom 3, Burnley 1.
Yeah, and I've got to say it's deserved. You know, fantastic, use the ball out. They're having a little chat now as well. Look, Isaac Price and Morgan, he wasn't too happy with that there. Having a little chat with him now. Yeah, not happy at all. He's told him where to go there.
Yeah, he's given Isaac Price the brush off there a little bit, Jimmy J. Morgan. And his captain, George Campbell's gone across to just give him a little slap and a high five and say, come on, get yourself up there. But that's 2 for Isaac Price, and they are singing loud and proud around the Hawthorns. There was a nice boing boing when that went in, and it's a long time since the supporters at West Bromwich Albion were feeling this confident about the way that their team is set up and the way that they're playing, and that's all down to the man just down beneath us who's just taken his seat back on his manager's seat. That's James Morrison. It's 3-1. And food for thought for Nicky, Hayen and Burnley on the flip side, Chris Awellamo.
Well, he went aggressive. He made offensive changes to try and influence the game. They had little moments in that, but still not been nowhere near good enough on the ball. And this is what he's known for. Like you've already alluded to the things, the coach, where he's been, what he's won. You know, he's thought very highly of. So he's got to come. He's learning on the job what the Championship's all about. He showed his adaptability. I thought, let's play a different style today. But sometimes, you know what, nail it home, get on the ball, use the ball well. He's got the players that can control the game with the ball. I've not seen that today.
Max Weiss went the wrong way with that penalty from Isaac Price. Sends the ball forward. And now it's with Satpayev. Plays it back to Max Hayen. Satpayev again, just shy of the halfway line, loses his footing. That allows Malumbi to win it back for the hosts. Almost at the midway point of the second half. West Bromwich Albion were 1-0 down, but are now 3-1 up and going 2 from 2 in the Championship to join Millwall and Charlton at the top of the early standings, if you believe in such things, that we should have a table after 2 games of a season. I'm of the generation where you didn't see the table until at least 4 or 5 games in.
I think they always say look at the table after 10 games and you kind of get a rough idea where people are going to be.
Now then, Morgan can bring the ball forward for West Bromwich Albion, flicks it out to the left for Price. 4 to hit inside the area, but Price rolls it back to Malumbi. Malumbi up to the edge of the area. Whitwell, lovely, lets the ball run across his body, plays it through for Mura, trying to take it around the keeper, but good goalkeeping from Max Weiss, made himself big. Morgan was calling for it, didn't get it.
Not happy at all, because to be fair, I think Mura can he just try and dink it over, stretch it, but just dink it over the keeper there. If he plays it to Morgan, he's tapping it into an open goal.
He badly wants a goal now, Jimmy J. Morgan. It almost seems like a personal quest from this point on, having not been allowed to take the penalty.
So I took penalties at all my clubs, but you understand that he's a striker. He's going to get judged on goals. Isaac Price already has his goal, so no wonder he wants to go get his goal and keep his run going.
Diakite showing great strength in the centre circle. Only won the ball back temporarily though. Burnley have it. Flag stays down. Satpayev charging down the inside left. Feeds it out to the left hand side of the area. Brun Larsen. Good ball in there, queuing up, but it goes over the heads of two Burnley players who were trying to win it, including Connor Roberts, who pushed forward, and it goes out of play in the end for a West Brom goal kick. 3-1 to West Bromwich Albion with a quarter of the game to go on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, you just look at the body language now. Burnley look dejected. This is where they need leaders out there. Very much. Can they go and get a goal within the next 5-10 minutes, make a game of this?
You're listening to EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with Sage, the official accounting software partner of the EFL. Just over 20 minutes to go. Ian Danter and Chris Owelamo with you. Live Super League straight after this. Warrington, Huddersfield will be our offering, with Craig Murdoch and Paul Cook, your commentary team, for that one. But plenty of time left here, but Burnley gonna have to get their skates on to get back into this. They needed 2 late goals to seal a point at home to West Ham last time out. Same order again, says Nicky Hayen, as Walker is barged over by Jimmy J. Morgan, and Burnley have a free kick taken quickly. Ramsey finds Satpayev, knocks it down to Roberts, out to the right hand side for Burnley, and Edwards again jinks infield away from Callum Stars, but gives the ball away, and Diakite has been really getting stuck in, winning possession for West Brom, and he's earned a free kick, and he's earned Marcus Edwards a booking.
Yeah, I think it was a naughty challenge. Just came down there, the ankle there, no intention to get the ball whatsoever. Just look at the ball, just not having the body language at all. Go and influence the game then. You question players and the talent they've got. You feel sorry for themselves, you know, that they're in this predicament for their very own, the way that went and showcase what they're about today.
Well, I'm looking at Jimmy J. Morgan's body language as Harry Whitwell tries to break through the middle, brings the ball down at the edge of the D, lays it off inadvertently to Malumbi, who's driving forward, but the referee says the offside flag has gone up. Yeah, I'm watching Jimmy J. Morgan at 3-1, and he is everything that slightly goes wrong that doesn't lead to him getting a chance on goal. He is livid.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take that away from the player. You know, he's just got to use that in the right way. Go and get that extra little bit out yourself. Go and chase a little bit harder. Make sure that you're in the box, so you get on then, rather than waving your hands and jumping down. At the end of the day, for George Campbell having to come and have a little word because he's waved away Isaac Price.
Now Raghuber's just passed the ball straight out of play for Burnley. Throw for West Brom, taken by Styles, gets it back from Price, has to wheel away from a couple of challenges. He did really well there, Callum Styles, but then Diakite gives the ball away to Satpayev. Ramsey in support, inside right channel, midway point of the West Brom half, has to flick it back to Roberts. Roberts goes back into the centre circle for Elaine. 3-1 to West Brom. Less than 20 minutes to play at the Hawthorns. Satpayev now pulls away into a right wing position to pick up the ball now. Gets just beyond the midway point of the half. Back for Kyle Walker, Elaine. Now Bashir Humphreys, they've worked it from right to left now, Burnley. Larsen. He wanted to get the cross in, but it was stopped by Galvez. So that once again they work it from side to side, go out to the right hand side near to us, and Satpayev, little reverse ball looking for Ramsey at the edge of the area, comes through to him, second time of asking, and then Ramsey wins a corner at the Smethwick end. Chance for Burnley with a set piece to get back into this one. 3-1 West Brom.
Yeah, real opportunity now, just put it right in the mix. You just look at the attributes of the players, you know, go give them something to attack. Like this, Marcus Edwards staying away from it as well.
Yeah, it's Jakob Brun Larsen that's going to take this one. Right-footed out swinger where the Smethwick end meets the Halfords lane. Only one Burnley player in the 6-yard box. They're all making runs into the near post. In it comes deep to the far post. kept alive by Burnley, flicked back by Walker, and the header from Raghuber up in the air is a comfortable claim for O'Leary on his goal line. 3-1 West Brom.
Yeah, well, even the header there from Raghuber as well. He's afraid that he's going to get hot when he actually heads the ball. Go and actually put a little bit of venom on it. Take the touch, get the shot away.
Got the live Super League coming up next here on TalkSport 2. Warrington Huddersfield is live. Premier League tomorrow night on TalkSport. Join Adrian Durham from 7 p.m. from the Cottage. Fulham against Chelsea. Sam Matterface and Danny Murphy, former England midfielder and had some time at Fulham. They'll be your commentary team. And then we've got a Carabao Cup special on Tuesday night on TalkSport, going around the grounds in the Carabao Cup. Ben Mead will be joining me at Birmingham City against Brentford, whilst Nottingham Forest against Leeds is live on TalkSport 2. And I hope it's a better game. Well, the first half yesterday at Forest was a bit of a dog with fleas. It got better. Wednesday night you've got a choice of listening for commentaries from the Carabao Cup. Spurs Charlton, that's intriguing, here on TalkSport. Newcastle West Brom on TalkSport 2. And West Brom will go into that cup tie in very, very good heart as things stand. They've got just over a quarter of an hour to play here. 3-1 up on Burnley, but the Clarets have possession. Edwards darting down the right-hand side. Held up by Callum Stiles, knocks it back to Roberts. Now further infield to Kyle Walker. Walker back out to Edwards. Infielder goes to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey tries to nutmeg Diakite. Couldn't quite do so, but Burnley have retained possession. Out it goes to the right-hand side, and Connor Roberts. We're going to bring on a young Barney Stewart here, West Bromwich Albion, their young striker who came in from Falkirk in the summer, as Aaron Ramsey goes into the area, goes down somewhat cheaply. A forlorn look at the referee, who was nowhere near interested in giving a penalty kick for that. And meanwhile, Isaac Price, lovely skill, draws the foul from Raghuber. Little pirouette and a little Bergkamp style turn. Bought the foul, free kick West Bromwich Albion.
It's just excellent awareness from Isaac Price as well. Fantastic ability just to get away from Raghuber. He's just committed to the challenge here. He's got to understand he's got nowhere to go, so force him back.
Yeah, Barney Stewart, who's ready, and Jimmy J. Morgan's throwing a few nervous glances to the bench, wondering whether it's his number that's up. Meantime, long ball downfield looking for Whitwell, but bounces through to Max Weiss.
You're spot on there, because I'm looking at him and all of a sudden I thought, he's livened up a little bit. He's obviously had a little look over and sees Stewart and thinks, because you can't have players like that. He's done his job, he's done well today. Isaac Price has set up the second goal. In fact, he was involved with the Whittle goal as well.
Oh, almost a mix-up at the back there is, and West Brom surrender possession. Satpayev gets to the dead ball line, pulls it back, but Malumbi tidies up. It's a ball played through, and there was a bit of a mix-up between goalkeeper and defender. Very nearly lost possession in the most critical of areas, but West Brom in the end survive, and they end up having a throw for Galvez in the right back position. Barney Stewart may be brought into the game after the next break in play. He's not ready quite yet. Ball volleyed downfield, kept in play by Max Allain, but Burnley are running out of time here. They're 3-1 down. The relegated sides from the Premier League, well, one of them did well yesterday in Wolves, getting the 3-1 win, but West Ham and Burnley, who played out that 2-2 draw last week, are suffering this weekend as it stands. Little foot in from Nat Phillips to keep it away from Aaron Ramsey. Diakite again showing good strength, and then Phillips calmly guides the ball back to his keeper O'Leary. Floated out to Galvez, couldn't keep it in play. That's out. It will be a throw to Burnley, but before that here comes the change, and it will be Jimmy J. Morgan's last involvement. Gets a warm round of applause. He scored such a wonderful goal at Norwich last week. He would have loved to have kept the run going. He wanted the penalty, he didn't get it, but Barney Stewart, who had a good record both on loan at Dunfermline and back at Falkirk last year, ended up last season scoring 12 goals in 38 appearances. He's on for his third substitute appearance for West Bromwich Albion. Yeah. And also coming on, forgive me, is Luca Pires, coming on for Bashir Humphreys, like for like at left back for Burnley. Chris Awellamo.
Yeah, again, like for like. I don't mind that at all. You know what Perez is going to bring. he gets a little bit more advanced. But I like Stuart. I think you look at his attributes. He's mobile. He's a presence. He'll win his aerial duels, but he'll chase everything down, and that's exactly what they want. A hungry player.
There must have been a temptation to give Stuart the start today with Hegerber missing, but I think Malumbi's impact as a sub helped to make James Morrison's decision for him today.
He's been a big player, Malumbi, today, hasn't he? He's covered so much, but it's what he does with the ball as well. I think he goes a little bit kind of under the radar sometimes, but very, very comfortable in all situations of the game. But then he also has that little switch on him that he can go and tackle hard, and he can get you pressing right as well.
That's Chris Iwelumo, you can hear alongside me, Ian Danter. 12 minutes to go. What have Burnley got left here? They are 3-1 down to West Bromwich Albion. Food for thought for Nicky Hayen at the moment, as James Morrison on his haunches, AVB style, just down beneath us. Vias Boas that pioneered that particular stats. I couldn't do that for any more than 10 seconds now.
I could do it to start, man. But no, I think he's always going looking at the monitors in the game as well. He's got his little earpiece in, talking to the box just next to us as well. He's getting that information, and I think that's what it is. He's got good people around him.
We got kicked out of that. That used to be our box.
Remember what happened there?
Yeah, we got kicked out of there so that we could so that we have this one next to it. I'm not complaining. It's fine. We still get a great view.
Yeah.
3-1 West Brom, and they're going to make another change to the baggies in a minute. They're going to bring on Rabbit and Zingula in just a moment, but meantime Burnley are in possession, driven out from right to left to find Jakob Brun-Larsen, who still looks capable of producing something. Plays the ball into the area. Ramsey tries to play a little back heel, and Callum Stiles manages to hurriedly hook it clear for West Bromwich Albion. Back out to the left hand side it goes, and it's going to be once again with the Clarets and Jakob Brun-Larsen, helped out by Pires this time. Plays it back to Elaine. Elaine just steps away from Stewart, the West Brom substitute, carrying the ball down the left hand side. Luca Pires looks up, clips a left footed ball in, and Dooney tries to head it down, and it came off a West Brom boot, did it? That's been given us a goal kick. And Dooney saw the fly to the ball but just couldn't get the proper connection with the header. Goal kick West Brom, and the change is being made, and Harry Whitwell, who scored the equaliser, he's coming off for West Brom to allow Rabi and Zingula to come on in his place. The Frenchman who came in from Strasbourg, making his second appearance today. Good work, Harry Whitwell, as he walks around the perimeter. He's not mad, is he? He's going to walk around the Brumby Road end so he can get his own little personal standing ovation.
Yeah, he's been excellent,
Harry
though,
Whitwell.
hasn't he? He's been absolutely excellent. What a massive opportunity that was from Dooney as well there. He's just got to he's tried to generate the power himself. He's just got to feel it into the corner, and the goalkeeper's beaten there.
Oh, Barney Stewart robs the ball off Connor Roberts down the left hand side, pulls it into the area. Here's Nzangula's first involvement, ties it back to Isaac Price, flicks it to his right. Diakite trying to get involved, but Aaron Ramsey, really good work for Burnley, coming back to the edge of his own area to win possession back. Malumbi then is fouled, and West Brom get a free kick. 9 minutes to go on TalkSport 2. Whitwell getting that standing ovation from behind the goal at the Brummy Road end as he makes his way back to the dugouts. It is West Bromwich Albion 3, Burnley 1. West Bromwich Albion edging towards back-to-back victories to start the season, Chris Iwelumo.
Yeah, it's a fantastic start. And I think it's like you say, they've trusted James Morrison. He's brought in some staff as well. But you can see how well drilled this side is, not only with the ball, the way that he wants them to play, which is clear, but without the ball as well. There's an intensity, there's an energy there, there's an understanding of the responsibilities as well, so it's fantastic to see.
Free kick drilled into the box by Malumbi, and up went Phillips, but it came off a Burnley player, came off Raghuber. Corner kick at the Brummy Road end to West Bromwich Albion, and they're keeping plenty forward. They've not declared it 3-1 up here, West Brom. They're looking for more.
Yeah, exactly that. I think that's the way that James played. That's the way that he wants his team to play. Go, keep getting on the ball, keep creating opportunities. Go get that fourth goal, go get that fifth goal. That's the way that he wants to play.
Price again to take the corner kick for West Bromwich Albion at the Brumby Road end. Goes deep to the far post. Up goes Campbell, and Diakite was in there as well. and it goes wide of the post, and Burnley take the goal kick quickly. Good pace on that corner kick.
Yeah, Matchday came out, got nowhere near it. Diakite got the contact, but just he met the kind of ball at its highest point, but he was stretching for it.
3-1 to West Brom. Burnley guide it back from Satpayev to Kyle Walker. Walker almost got dispossessed by Barney Stewart there on halfway, but instead here's Edwards. Lovely ball down the right hand side of the area for Roberts, who made an underlapping run ahead of him. Roberts now trying to twist and turn away from a couple of West Brom challenges, goes to ground, no foul, and it's brought away by Price, who just lofts it cleverly over Marcus Edwards' boot, and then Stewart tries to bring it infield, he loses out, Walker won it back. Here's Pires for Burnley, infield to Amdouni, and he's fouled by Diakite in the centre of the West Brom half. Free kick to Burnley, but time is running out for the visitors. They've got 6 minutes plus added time to do something about this 3-1 scoreline in favour of West Brom, Chris O'Sullivan.
Yeah, they have to show a little bit more quality. Conor Roberts there, he's in a good position to actually just keep possession of the ball or put a ball in the box. Too many touches and straight away you can't do that with this West Brom side. They'll get 2-3 players around you putting that pressure on. I think Diakite's been excellent. As much as he slows the game down, you know, definitely in this position, he goes, he challenges, he protects that defensive unit.
Jakob Brun-Larsen has spotted the ball down. If I wasn't a betting, I don't know, is he planning on having a go for a goal from here? It's practically in the centre of the half.
What's the movement of this ball when he hits it?
There's a two-man West Brom wall in front of the D. Larson is going to go for goal, and he hits that two-man wall. Comes out to Aaron Ramsey, shapes to shoot and bends it just over the crossbar. Well, I thought that was ambitious from Jakob Brun-Larsen. It was pretty much in the centre of the West Brom half, and he had a crack at it, but it hit the two-man West Brom wall. 3-1 West Brom, 5 to go on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, and then Aaron Ramsey again just hit the target from there. You know, Brun-Larsen can hit it. There's so much movement on the ball, it's always difficult for the goalkeeper. Well done its job.
Goal kick for O'Leary for West Brom. Smacked right-footed over the halfway line. Up goes Stewart, gets a good flick on. Nzingula tried to get onto the second ball, but it's tidied up by the Burnley back line. Weiss clears left-footed under pressure from Price, looking downfield for Marcus Edwards, but instead it's Callum Stiles who wriggles clear down the left-hand side. Nzingula makes a good run further forward, puts the cross into the box, does he? It's blocked by the legs of Conor Roberts right in front of him. Now Diakite gives it back to Nzingula. Level with the 18-yard line, whips over a right-footed ball, headed out by a lane only as far as Malumbi. Neat turn away from Amdouni. Stiles out to Nzingula. Again, left-hand side into the edge of the area. Mura gives it back to Nzingula. Lovely football from West Brom. Keeping the ball, they're cheering every completed pass now, the home supporters. As Malumbi keeps it in play on this near touchline. Guides it infield to Diakite. Diakite again finds Malumbi. Oh, a little flick round the corner for Diakite, but he can't beat Kyle Walker. And Walker will clear and looks angered at the fact that he got absolutely done. And Diakite does a little flip-flop to get back on his feet. After lying on the deck, they're turning out all the tricks now here. West Bromwich Albion, 3-1 up.
Well, Kyle Walker tried to hit Diakite, who's on the floor.
I've no doubt you're right. There was a bit of anger in that clearance, wasn't there?
There was.
Here is Mura. Oh, lovely turn to get away from his man. Place it into the area. Stiles backing into his man. A back heel. Can it be turned in by Stewart? The flag has gone up for offside. It was lovely build-up play with back flicks and all sorts from West Bromwich Albion.
And there was a lot in that as well. The little flip from Stiles to Mura. Like you say, Stewart's there, but it's Mura that is offside there.
But lovely football, all the same. 3, Burnley 1, 3 minutes of normal time to go. Burnley desperately trying to get the ball forward, but it's been kept in play by Nzingula on the right hand side. Fed forward to Barney Stewart, lays it off to Mura. Now Galvez, they slow the game down for a moment to West Bromwich Albion. Malumbi forward to Mura, out to the right hand side, and Galvez. Nzingula clearly in an offside position as he received the ball. He can throw his hands out all he like. I could see he was offside. You don't need VAR for that. 3-1.
So I understand why he makes the run, but I think the ball can go earlier, you know, rather than take that extra touch. You know, so again, it's just understanding the player, building up those relationships. You know that he's always going to stretch the pitch, get in behind.
Here's Kyle Walker for Burnley, who are most definitely running out of time here. Long ball downfield, was looking for the run of Jakob Brun-Larsen, but was hit too long and too straight. Just bounced through to Max O'Leary. And West Bromwich Albion are almost there. So that brilliant unbeaten record that Burnley had in the run-in last season, they're not going to maintain that at the start of this season, unless here's Aaron Ramsey trying a pot shot from 25 yards out, took a deflection, corner kick to Burnley at the Smethwick end. 3-1 West Brom.
Yeah, he's, like you say, he does have that in his artillery as well, Ramsey, but I think it's on just to keep possession of the ball there. Can he pass it? Can he find Edwards? Brun-Larsen's central as well at the minute.
So, spotted down in the corner by Marcus Edwards. Lots of activity in the 6-yard box. Not many players outside it in the rest of the penalty area. Bit of zonal from West Brom and a bit of man-to-man as well. Amdouni's a target. Satpayev is a more diminutive target. In it comes to the near post, flicked on by Raghuber. Poor attempt at a punch from O'Leary, but he's bailed out by his defenders, and Stewart tries to bring it clear for West Brom. Claims for a handball, not given. Out to this near side it goes to Burnley right, and Edwards once more. Faced up by Isaac Price, trying to go on the outside of Price. Could have put the ball in right-footed, but delayed it. Rolls it back to Raghuber, doesn't hit it first time. Now clips in a left-footed ball. Up go the heads. Cleared away by West Brom. Connor Roberts has it now. Finds Aaron Ramsey, right-hand corner of the area. Early cross into the box. Cleared away again by the Baggies defence. And Stewart will bring it away. As we're about to find out how many added minutes we'll have once the 90 minutes are up. 3-1 to West Brom currently on TalkSport 2. Edwards again for Burnley. Down the right-hand side. Comes in field. Almost dispossessed by Styles. Worked back by Ramsey towards the halfway line. We're going into 4 minutes of added time right now on TalkSport 2. Burnley need 2 goals from somewhere just to get a point. Satpayev goes in between 2 players and wins a free kick near the left-hand corner of the penalty area. That was good, quick feet from the Kazakh player, and Burnley have a set piece here. 3-1 down.
They have to take this opportunity. Satpayev, he's come on, he's worked hard, he's got himself into some great little positions as well. Like you say, quick feet to get himself through the 2. Definite free kick.
Well, Larsen is the main man at these set pieces for Burnley. The centre-halves have come forward. Nobody on the halfway line. Everybody's back defending this for West Bromwich Albion. So it looks likely to be Jakob Brun-Larsen with this free kick. Rolls it short. Ramsey has a go for goal. Again, it hits the first defender. And there's a foul. Been spotted by the assistant on this near side. A push on a West Brom player. News gratefully received by the Brummie Road end at the opposite end. And West Brom have a free kick, and they're 3-1 up.
Funny enough, it was Kyle Walker and Diakite that had a little coming together in the 6-yard box there.
I wonder where that stems from.
Like you say, it was like, I don't understand why Aaron Ramsey's not just, well, Brun-Larsen's not just putting that in the box. Aaron Ramsey obviously has a fantastic strike, but that's the question. Make West Brom have to defend in those situations.
Satpayev with a header on halfway, trying to find Larsen. Malumbi almost runs into trouble, but Styles will guide the ball back to his goalkeeper. Malumbi, I think he might have a bit of cramp out there. Jason Malumbi's really put another shift in for his team today. Getting slowly up, but away come West Brom with one last chance for them to add to their tally. Isaac Price, who's got 2 today, elects to drift out towards the corner flag in the end. 2 Burnley players go with him. He's carried it out of play. Malumbi's definitely got a bit of cramp and needs a bit of attention, and the referee spotted it. And George Campbell, doing the captain's job, pushes his left leg back so he can sort out the cramp.
In fairness to Malumbi, as soon as Price got into an advanced position, he tried to get up and kind of move, and he wasn't moving very well at all. So a change has been made now, isn't it?
Yeah, Chris Mepham will be asked to come on and maybe just play as an auxiliary midfielder for a bit. He's back on his feet, Malumbi, but he's not moving well, and this is the substitution being made. It's almost like he doesn't want to come off, even though he knows he's got a bad case of cramp, Malumbi. But in actual fact, one of the West Bromwich Albion physios is going to help him off. It's his left leg that's really cramped up. The old lactic acid has really built up there.
He has covered some distance today as well.
Sure
Seen a lot of the ball as well. Some great quality. West Brom have been completely in control of this game.
Get that lad an ice bath.
That's
pronto. On comes Mepham to play out these last few seconds, because that's what we're dealing in here. We are dealing in seconds at the Hawthorns with West Brom 3-1 up. We've played the 3 minutes of added time. It's up to the referee how much more we add. Burnley get a throw inside their own half. But this is going to be very disappointing for Nicky Hayen, yet to taste victory as a Championship manager. Here is Max Hayen, wants an option, throws his arms out to the side and then hits a ball out to Marcus Edwards, and Isaac Price just volleys it into the Halfords Lane stand. No nonsense clearance from Isaac Price at 3-1 up. We are Albion is the cry. Cleared away, and a deflection might work its way for Barney Stewart, running at Carl Walker, but Walker uses all of his years of experience to out-muscle Stewart and guide it back to his keeper.
Just the bounce, wasn't it? Too high for Stewart just to take it in his stride there. Had to wait, just gave Kyle Walker that time just to get his body between ball and man.
So a diagonal ball hit downfield once again from Max Hayen, looking for Jakob Brun Larsen. Campbell allowed it to bounce in the area, and in the end he knocked it behind for a corner kick. Don't think he knew that Brun Larsen was right there behind him.
He's got to put the head on it no matter what, Ian. Don't allow the ball to bounce here. As soon as you do, it's in favour of the attacking player.
So Edwards again with the corner kick. This may be the last action we have, because we've played now 5 minutes of minimum stoppage time. 3 were added on initially. In it comes from Edwards into the near post, headed down and out by Diakite. But West Brom are not down and out. They've got themselves maximum points from their opening 2 Championship games after the win at Norwich and the suspension of their star striker. No matter, says James Morrison, as West Brom went behind early on with a Callum Styles own goal, but soon got themselves back level through a goal from Harry Whitwell. And then in the second half, early on, a lovely finish, a sumptuous finish from Isaac Price to turn things around for West Brom. And then he scored a penalty midway through the half after a foul inside the area on Harry Whitwell from Bashir Humphreys. And Burnley's long run of away Championship unbeaten run comes to an end, stays at 16. Nicky Hayen still hasn't won in the Championship as a manager, but West Brom making a great start to the season, joining Charlton and Millwall at the top of the table with maximum points. They win 3-1 here at the Hawthorns. Chris Iwelumo.
Yeah, really impressed. I think it was the result is justified, I think deserved. Really happy with the way that they're playing as well, you know. And I think it's you look at what is the ambition for the season. Of course, it's to try and get themselves in those playoff places. I think that's definitely progression from where they were last season. But then you look at it's probably the quality and depth, you know. And I think that's where James Morrison he looks at his bench and you're sitting thinking, yeah, there is quality there. Maybe add a couple more players, and they'll be right in the mix, right in the conversation, because what I've seen with the ball was outstanding, controlled the game, technically very, very gifted players. Everyone has an understanding and influences the game in a positive way. Without the ball, energy, determination, go and get it back as quick as you can in that transition. Again, using the ball well, but like you say, 3 goals today, 3 points on the board, absolutely be delighted.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, I'll give you one last task, because it is time now to pick our man of the match with Sage.
Man of the match on TalkSport 2 with Sage, official accounting software partner of the EFL. Search sage.com and get started for free.
Chris Iwelumo is giving a good, strong glance at the team sheets. Which one are you going to go for?
There could be a few. You're looking at Malumbi, you're looking at Isaac Price. For me, I'm going to go with Harry Whitwell. I thought he was outstanding. Every time he got the ball, he influenced the game. More often than not, it was the right decision. He got a goal, he created for others. Fantastic young talent with a big future ahead of him.
Brilliant choice. Harry Whitwell chosen by Chris Iwelumo as our man of the match. That was all. Man of the match, rather. That was all thanks to Sage.
Man of the match on TalkSport 2 with Sage, official accounting software partner of the EFL. Search sage.com and get started for free.
So just a reminder that as things stand in the fledgling championship table, Millwall, West Brom and Charlton all on maximum points. The only 3 sides with a 100% record in the championship so far. That will be a great boost. And remember, you'll hear West Brom's next game live on TalkSport 2 on Wednesday night at Newcastle in the Carabao Cup second round. Newcastle in action today against Liverpool. All the Premier League action, goals as they go in, and updates over on TalkSport right now with Sam Matterface and the team with the Sunday session. Chris Iwelumo, some final thoughts from you?
Yeah, just I'm very impressed with what I've seen today. You know, I think it's the championship never fails to deliver, does it? You know, I think anyone, and you'll be right, there's 16 teams that genuinely think they can get automatic promotion, and this is what it brings, this excitement. And when it's an absolute privilege, isn't it, an honour for us to actually be here and cover these games. 2 right and all. Chris, thanks for being with us today. Chris Iwelumo being part of our team on TalkSport 2 today. Don't forget, we've got more live sport coming up here now. We're going to change to Super League for Warrington against Huddersfield with Craig Murdoch and Paul Cook, your commentary team, so stay tuned for that. If you want to find out about the EFL weekend, EFL All Access is back tomorrow night from 6 p.m. on TalkSport with Hugh Rosencroft rounding up all the stories from the weekend across the 72 teams in the EFL. But it is Super League coming up shortly here on TalkSport 2. Stay here for that. I'll be back in the week reporting on a couple of Carabao Cup ties for TalkSport. But for now, we will leave you with the final score here at the Hawthorns.